Alright, we're gonna go ahead and start it up, boys. Welcome back to the Ace Attorney trilogy. Last time we left off, we were doing some investigating, and I kind of forgot because it's been so long. So, let's just head into it right now, boys. I totally forgot what we were doing. Okay, hold on. Everyone chill out. Let's talk to Angel Star. So we were talking, and it's starting to come back to me. So last time we got Jake Marshall convicted of trying to steal evidence, and he was telling us a story about his brother who was killed in a case like 10 years ago or something. So we're gonna talk with Angel. Okay, cool. I actually have no idea where to go. It's been so long. I'm just gonna move until I find something I can talk to. You know what I'm saying? I was literally just here. Prosecutor's office. Let's go there. Our boy Edgy doesn't even have anything for us, and I've even forgotten the controls. It's been so long. Holy cow. Okay, this is why I shouldn't. This is why I should not end streams in the middle of investigations. But were we? No. Okay. Aha! We found out where we need to go. Oh god. Oh, you're back. You're still here? I gotta make 150 copies of these files. Brewing coffee, copying files. I'm turning into a regular DJ. You're a DJ as well? If I'm not mistaken, I think he means desk jockey. Oh, that DJ. Dude, going to one of Emma's freaking shows. Just making sure I'm not muted. Okay, there we go. Cool beans. I gotta admire your persistency, but my answer's still no. I'm not letting you in the chief's office, period. It'd be my neck on the line. That office is the last crime scene in the SL9 incident. I have to take a look in there. There's gotta be something we can do to make the detective change his mind. Oh, I think I know. Because last time, what we found this. The letter of resignation. Edgeworth's discarded letter of resignation. You gotta see this, buddy. What's this crumpled up piece of paper? ... Uh-oh. No way! Mr. Edgeworth can't be serious! The Moida. Trying to get back into that Boston. Yeah, the Moida. I can't believe they pushed me this far. Mr. Edgeworth really feels responsible. When I first met him, I thought he was as cold as ice too. But I know different now. He trusted us detectives to provide him with sound evidence. But we betrayed him. Detective. Looking around. That's it. I've made up my mind. But, here, take my ID card. We can't do that if someone found out. They wouldn't let you off the hook with another lost item report. Look at me. It's no secret I'm already out of the loop. After all, I'm friends with Mr. Edgeworth. Depending on how this case turns out, I may already be as good as terminated. What? So at least let me do this. For Mr. Edgeworth's sake. Hell yes, son. Alright, detective, thank you. Gumshoe's ID. Tucked swiftly into pocket. Alright, we can go to the chief's office. Yes, with the freaking organ, bruh. I remember. Okay. Here goes, Mr. Bright. Click. Beep. Hello. God. We're in. If anyone finds us now, Detective Gumshoe's a goner. If that happens, I'm counting on he's with us. Eek. Yeah. Did she slap him? Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I didn't even know you could slap a ghost. Ah, Detective Gumshoe. What are you doing sneaking up on us like that? Oh, I wasn't snaking. I was just worried something might go wrong. So I came to. If you're here, then what's the point in giving us your ID card? Gumshoe's ID crushed and rendered unusable? Don't do that to my cat! That was a bad idea, Phoenix. Oh, they ever get a chance to come in here? So I figured I'd have to look around myself. Besides, we're all in this together now. You really do want to get fired, don't you? Not if we're lucky. Now come on, let's see what we can find out. I've got a bad feeling about this. Let's examine. Well, this already makes me weirded out. We saw this picture earlier. And it's got a sword. And the tip is broken off. I don't know, I'm just saying. This was taken on that day 2 years ago. The day Joe Dark ran out of the questioning room and tried to kill Emma. After receiving his award trophy, Mr. Marshall took a picture here. And then went along with Chief Gant to question Dark. I bet he never knew he'd be dead just a few hours later. Gee, you think? Let's look at his computer. This was Lana's desk. It sure is tidy. Lana's always been a meticulous cleaner. Not even any dust on it. Look like someone's still keeping it clean. Does Lana ever come back here? No. Chief Gaunt must still keep it clean in memory of their partnership. And there where the stuffed legends are made of. Does he keep it in memory of her or in memory of the crime? Ooh. These shelves are mostly empty. Lana must have cleaned them out when she transferred over. Oh my god. Popcorn. It's like caught in my throat. Let's eat more popcorn to flush it down. When she transferred over to the prosecutor's office, there's a small picture frame on the left shelf. Hey, this is when Lana and I went to that theme park. She didn't take it with her. That's rough. So the thing I noticed in this photo up here, this vase was found at the scene of the other crime. Oh my god. Alright. Look at that joint window. Makes you want to crash through it and jump outside. This is the 15th floor. Oh no, I was just saying. Saying what? Ever since making detective, I've always dreamed about doing something like that. Note to self, Detective Gumshoe has a lot of dreams. So long as he doesn't go crashing through that window when he gets fired. Don't say that. Jesus, dude. Phoenix is rough. The Chief's organ sure is a sight to behold. Occasionally we hear him playing it from the Criminal Affairs Department. That's on the 2nd floor, and this is the 15th floor of an entirely different building. Jeez. When a detective screws up, the Chief calls him to his office and makes him listen to the organ for hours. What's so bad about that? Music soothes the soul. Is he, like, really bad? After that, the detective can't hear anything for days except the ringing in their ears. So it's an instrument of punishment. Literally. That's, But aren't the Chief's ears affected? He never listens to anyone anyway. That's beside the point. Yikes. Okay. Hugh. This guy was in the photo. This is the real deal, isn't it? This armor and these weapons. Sure is, pal. The Chief doesn't care for imitations. First the pipe organ, now this armor. Do you know how many taxpayer dollars must have gone into this room? What? You mean we're paying for this? That's it. I'm not paying 1 cent of my taxes. Wow. You don't have any taxes to pay. Shh. Be careful what you say. Who knows? The Chief may be hiding in this armor as we speak. I don't think he'd fit in there. Even if he did, he'd never be able to get back out. Cut it out. You guys don't know how scary that guy can be. This is Gant's desk. It's got one phone on it. Look at the size of Chief Gant's desk. Speaking of that, when we were here earlier... Oh, it's you two. Chief Gant. He put that paper he was reading in his desk. I wonder what he was reading. This looks like a list of evidence. A list of evidence? In most cases, the list runs twice as long as this, though. Hey, look at the case name. SL9? Huh? SL9 incident. I wonder what this is doing here. Hold on, detective. What did you just say? I said I wonder what... No, about evidence lists. Normally twice as long. That's right. I guess there wasn't a lot of evidence. A half-size list of evidence. I remember him saying that. I don't remember what case that was about, though. It's been so long. What would the other half of the list be doing? Oh, it's the other half. Okay. I thought it was the same copy. I knew it. The chief must be hiding something about that case. It would appear so. It was ripped in half, so this part is all I've got. Can we check it again? No clues here. He's got one phone on his entire desk. Like, are you kidding? This is a safe, isn't it? Safe. That word is ripe with intrigue. Okay, if you say so. It looks like a code needs to be entered in this panel to open it. Try SL9. Nope, okay, never mind. A 7-digit number. I just might know what it is. Do you know what it is? I have a hunch. Oh, I know. You want to try my birth date. It's... Okay. Oh, shoot. I have a better idea. Here goes nothing. I have no clue. Oh, shoot. I have no idea. We gotta get this open, though. Oh, it might be his ID number. How do I check? Oh, crap. 7 digits? Oh, it's 7 digits! Oh my god. Yo! He really had his code number as 7777777. Bingo. What number did you enter? Whose birthday was that, pal? 7777777. The final ID card on that record. What? The number of the mysterious executive officer who entered the room that day. You mean 7777777? That ID number? I think you're 1-7 shy this time. This can only mean one thing. That's Chief Gant's ID number. Say, anyone care to look inside? Let's freaking do it, Emma. Is there any money in there? How much does he have stashed away? Look, it's, the final piece. A shard from a broken cup. This somehow looks familiar. Where have I seen this before? There's something else in here, too. What's this? It looks like a piece of leather cloth. That is hella fingerprints. This is a handprint, isn't it? Oh yeah, I saw someone wearing a shirt like that once. You think the chief made up the design? I don't think so. Oh. Well, it's just a thought. Is that it? Was that all that was in the safe? Apparently so. It's empty now. A piece of cloth with a handprint on it and a broken shard from a cup. I know what the cup is. They look like pieces of evidence. Yeah, but unless you can prove they have something to do with this case, I'm afraid I just can't let you take them. After all, it's my neck on the line here. Great, now I have to prove their relevancy. Come on, there's gotta be something we can show. I literally know what it is, but okay. Oh, let's talk with him. That desk on the other side of the room was at your sister's. Yes, that's where I was waiting for Lana on that day 2 years ago. Is anyone using it now? No, sir. This is entirely Chief Gant's office now. He practices a strict policy of preserving the crime scene. That's a strange reason to leave it here. He leaves it as a warning to everyone else. He wants us to always be alert. He told us so himself at his New Year's party. Of course, he was pretty intoxicated at the time. I see. So ever since Lana left, no one ever touches that desk? No one except Chief Gant and the cleaning lady who's in here every morning. Still, 2 years have passed since that incident. There can't possibly any clues remaining. Tell me about Gant himself. Can I ask you something? Sure. You only came here to look around, right? Because it's one of the SL9 crime scenes. I mean, that's the only reason for coming here, isn't it? Why do you ask? You don't think... Nah, you wouldn't be... No. No, there's no way. Never mind. Don't worry about it. Okay, now let's look around a bit more. Hey, hold on. Not so fast, buddy. What is it? When someone tells you don't worry about it, it's supposed to start bothering you, pal. You just don't let it go. Sorry, this guy's starting to get on my nerves. So what's bothering you? You two don't think Chief Gant might be a suspect, do you? What? He's right, Mr. Wright. What do we think of him? Chief Gant. So it's finally come to this. I think he's sus as hell. What do I think of him? Perhaps it's best I don't divulge my feelings yet. There you go, ignoring me again. Well, first things first. No, I didn't mean to... Detective! Here is my attorney's badge. You show this to me every time we meet, pal. Real men show the police badge. Enough said. I wish I had a badge. Even tonight. You have one on your shirt, Emma. Literally on your shirt. Okay. I need to present this to you. Detective Gumshoe, could you have another look at this jar? Oh, I remember when the three of us put that back together? Oh, those were the days. It's kind of early to be nostalgic. Wasn't this jar a piece of evidence from the case? That's right. One of the shards had an SL9 incident sticker on it. Doesn't this ring any bells? You know, that fragment we just found? You mean this one that was in the safe? Yes, that one. That was in the safe. Now that you mention it, it's ringing a lot of bells. Let's see if it fits. Yes, assemble. Let me take that shard. I'll have a crack at this. Go ahead, pal. Show us what a rookie can do. Here's some glue. Okay, it'll prove Cheat Gant was knowingly hiding evidence. Here goes. I should just have to... Right there, baby. Let's go. There's just like blood. There! It fits like a charm. That, of course, means Chief Gant willingly and knowingly hid a piece of this jar in the safe. In other words, he concealed a piece of evidence from the SL9 incident. But, hey guys, get a load of this. What is it? This piece he just attached is different from the others. It's got like a thing on it. There's a reddish line on it. Yeah, that's blood. A reddish line, that's blood. I don't get it. Why would Chief Gant hide this in his safe? Huh. And now, can we use the fingerprint set? Detective Gumshoe? Oh, sorry. I know what that is. You want to take some fingerprints? That's a great idea, Detective. Alright, go to town. What are you doing? Why are you sticking out your hand like that? Go ahead, take more fingerprints. It's not your fingerprints. Come on, man. The cloth, dude. Oh, I knew that. Yeah. Let's start spamming. Oh, shoot. Alright, what are you, my mom? Yes. Alright, let's get this over with. How do I... I am amazing at this video game. Yeah, what the hell? What? Okay, take my fingerprints. Yeah. I don't know why it closed out of the freaking thing. Okay, Mr. Wright, let's check for prints. Sprinkle the powder on the cloth, and once they've been absorbed, okay. Enters dust, right? Oh, I have to... Okay, I forgot. Alright. Oh yeah, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Below. Nope, I guess we still gotta... Alright, below! Alright, whose fingerprint... They're not Damon's. Not Mike's. Not Marshall's. Not Goodman's. Not Dick's. Are they Lana's? They might be. They're Emma's! My god. Match found. It was you, Emma! Could you imagine? Oh my god. That would be insane. What are Emma's fingerprints doing on here? Hey, you found a match? Whose fingerprints were there? I don't know, Emma. Whose were they, huh? Oh, seems the prints are too old. They aren't clear enough to get a match. You're gonna lie to her? I thought they'd be Dark's prints. Psst, hey you, over here. What's going on here? What are that kid's prints doing inside the chief's safe? Don't ask me. Let's just keep this information from Emma. Why would you ever do that? Here, maybe you should hold on to this. Well, was all I knew? Of course. Thanks to your ID card, we were able to get some hard evidence. Oh, shit. In other words, if it wasn't for his ID card, he would have been useless. Isn't that right, you in the coat? Eek! Chief Gant! Uh-oh. We didn't think you'd be back so soon. Fortunately, I'm a man who believes in signs. As I was walking to my meeting, I happened to look out a window and saw a stray dog run right into a pole. Just then, I thought of a certain detective. You mean me, sir? Now then, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you all to leave. Yes, sir. Sorry. Oh, you in the coat. Me, sir? Drop off your ID on the way out. You won't be needing it anymore. But, sir... Now get out. Yes, sir. Oh my god. We'll be on our way too, then. Wait, you, without the spiky hair. Don't go yet. Me, sir? I'd like a word with you. But, sir, I'm not... You with the spiky hair. You're free to go. Mr. Wright. I hope I didn't skip whatever the hell you just said. I think it skipped on its own. Why did we leave her alone with the guy who we think is a killer? Whatever. Look, pal, if I told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. The chief's office is off limits. But no, you just had to go sneaking in there like that, didn't you? I thought you said you didn't care anymore if you were fired. Yeah, but if I knew it'd be like this, I never would have said it. Now that I've seen the evidence Chief Gant was hiding in his office, I think I'm finally starting to get the picture. But why has she kept eerily silent about it all this time? Anyway, you listening to me? I'm gonna try to smooth things over with the chief again. Later, pal. I have no idea what any of that means. After that, I heard from Emma. She said the police wanted to ask her some questions. So she'll be busy for the rest of the day. I see. So the chief asked Emma to come in for questioning. It's no use thinking about it. Tomorrow's the final day in court. I'm committed to doing everything I can to defend you, which is why I'm here. But I've already told you all I can. What you've told me over these past couple of days is absolutely nothing. Not a single useful thing. Really? I believe I did mention something quite important. Something I told you right at the beginning. I said that I was the one who stabbed Detective Goodman. You know, I think I finally figured it out. I know who is it that's lurking behind your words. Mia did a good job mentoring you. I'm rather jealous. Damn, bruh. She put respect on her name. It seems Edgeworth was right. Edgeworth. Once you're convinced you know something, no one can persuade you otherwise. Thick-headed is the term he used, I believe. Now's my chance to get her to tell me the rest of the story. Dude, tomorrow's the final day in court. I'm changing my stream title. We're gonna... Finishing Rise from the Ashes. We're finishing Ace Attorney today, boys. We're finishing it today. I have to admit I was more than a little perplexed at first. You insisted you did it, yet there was no incriminating evidence. That's when it hit me. It's not that you're unwilling to tell the truth. It's that you're incapable of doing so because of a certain individual. What an intriguing notion. A certain individual, you say? So you think I'm protecting this person? Protecting? No. I think afraid of is more like it. If I'm not mistaken, the person in question may have persuaded you to silence. For argument's sake, Mr. Wright, who may I ask is this person you're speaking of? The one I'm supposedly so frightened of? What is this person's name? Put me right on it! Take that! Well, Miss Skye? Mr. Wright, you are addressing the chief prosecutor. Do not forget your place. I take it she's still not ready to spill the beans. My apologies. Could you please tell me a bit more what you think you know? We were partners until 2 years ago. I respected him as a detective. Assuming he is respectable, then tell me something. Why would he try to hide his crimes? His crimes? Both you and Edgeworth will be brought before a board of inquiry for what you did. Specifically, hiding and forging evidence. Of course, these are serious offenses. Why is it, though, that Chief Gant's name was never mentioned? Chief Gant? Edgeworth didn't know the truth behind the forgery. The only party who could have possibly tampered with the evidence was... me. I had access because I was second in command of that investigation. Yes, you, but also one other. Damon Gant. If you intend to accuse Chief Gant, you'll need more than just words. Show me proof that Chief Gant falsified evidence in that case. This. Take that! I just found this in a safe in the Chief's office. This jar piece and this piece of cloth. Do you know what these are? They're pieces of evidence from the SL9 incident. The person concealing evidence was none other than Chief Gant himself. Now tell me, why are you taking all the blame for him? Damn, bruh. Touché, Mr. Wright. It's as you surmised. I cannot disobey the Chief's orders, even if it means being found guilty for murder. Why not? Come now, Mr. Wright. You can't possibly expect me to be able to tell you that. 3 days ago, I had no choice but to cooperate in the murder of Detective Goodman. Or perhaps I should say, follow orders. Yes, that's more accurate than cooperate. Although I can't tell you the details, I can say that I was given an order that day. I need you to dispose of Bruce Goodman's body. You'll find it inside the trunk of Miles Edgeworth's car. Damn, bruh. Just as I suspected. Despite what everyone believes, you were not the one who murdered Detective Goodman. Correct. I was trying to take the body out of Edgeworth's car. Dude, the trunk's lock was broken, and I discovered that murder weapon while inspecting the body. The murder weapon? You mean Edgeworth's knife? No. When I found the body, this was the knife stuck in it. Oh, so she took it out, hid it in the muffler, stabbed him with Edgeworth's knife. So that's what Angel saw. The knife from the SL9 incident. Serial killer Joe Dark's knife. I couldn't just leave that knife in him. So I took it out and stabbed him with another knife. That would be Edgeworth's knife. That's right. Even though he was already dead, my hands were shaking at the thought of stabbing him. That's why I ended up cutting my hand. And that is the reason for the bandage on your right hand? Yes. It seems I got blood on the victim's shoes as well. And then she saw me just as I plunged the knife in. Miss Starr, huh? So she wasn't lying. Dang. Huh. Why did you need to hide Dark's knife so badly? It took a lot of work to finally close the Dark case 2 years ago. It was over with. I didn't ever want it to be opened again. My intent was to prevent that, by whatever means possible. So, you hid Dark's knife. The weapon used to stab the detective was evidence in the Joe Dark case. If word got out, which it would, the reporters would have a field day with that. So you wrapped the knife in your scarf and hid it, in Edgeworth's exhaust pipe. Right. Then I called my sister to tell her what happened and ask her to hide the knife that was inside my muffler. You asked Emma. I didn't want anyone on the force to know about this. That would explain why Emma's so confident about Lana's innocence. Because she knows, okay, speaking of phone calls, I had a bad feeling about one of them that day. A bad feeling. The truth is, after I received those orders from Chief Gant, the first thing I did was make a phone call. A phone call to Patrolman Jake Marshall. The theme's sinking in, boys. To Marshall? Why on earth would you call him? Gee, this is not the time for his theme. The lead investigator for the SL9 incident had been murdered. I wanted that fact to be kept hidden, and I needed help. He was the only other person I could trust. Or at least I thought I could trust him at the time. However, it seems that after I spoke to him, he went off on an escapade of his own. Oh, you mean, not wanting the case to die, he decided to take things into his own hands. Facts. He disguised himself as Detective Goodman and tried to steal the evidence. He had already stolen the ID card, but it seems he still hadn't made up his mind to break into the evidence room. After my phone call, any remaining doubts he must have had disappeared. So your phone call caused the incident in the evidence room. Damn, bruh. I'm afraid that's all I can tell you. But Lana, you've earned my respect, Mr. Wright, both as a defense attorney and an investigator. Now please, don't pursue this any further in court tomorrow. Tomorrow's trial. There's only one way to drive off Lana's demons. I've got to get to the bottom of everything. Damn, bruh. Detective Goodman's real murderer. And what went down in the chief's office 2 years ago. To be continued right now. To be continued right the hell now. Saved right now. I've got my popcorn, boys. Hell yeah. This is the defendant lobby, alright, but there's no defendant. I've been trying to reach Lana all morning. Where could she be? And where's Emma, for that matter? It almost seems as if something's been happening behind the scenes. Edgeworth! Edgeworth! Knowing you, you've already figured it out. Who the owner of that 777777777 ID number is, that is. Well, I have a pretty strong hunch. Looks like I'm not the only one who figured it out. You know, the only reason this trial didn't reach a verdict yesterday is because there was still room for doubt regarding this ID record. If that number does belong to whom you suspect, then no doubt will remain. After all, he hasn't been officially charged with anything. True, not yet. In any event, once all doubt has been removed from that list, I can call for a ruling. 5 minutes right, and Chief Prosecutor Skye will be found guilty. But she didn't do it. I figured you'd say as much. That's why I came here, to hear what you have to say. This is the first time he's ever done something like this. Lana's hiding something, and the only way we'll ever know the truth is to draw it out of her. The truth? Everything goes back to the SL9 incident. Don't be stupid, today's the last day of the trial. We don't have time to reminisce about the past. That depends on you. If she's found guilty, you'll lose your only chance to find out what really happened. I'll think about it. Damn, bruh. See you in court, right? See you in court, Edgeworth. This is it. If I'm ever going to find out what Chief Gant has on her, it's now. It's gotta be about the murder of, Neil. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. The defense is ready, Your Honor. I'm eating, though. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. I'm also eating. Normally, this is when the prosecution puts forth its opening statement. But before that, the police chief has a proposal to make. Chief Gant. I have teleported here. Morning, folks. How's everyone doing? Hey, Edgy, been back to the pool yet? No, I've been drowning enough as it is in my work. Oh, that's a good one. Don't think I can top that. If you don't mind me asking, Chief, exactly what is this proposal of yours? Lana, that is to say, the defendant, has asked me if she could speak directly to the court. She wants to do what? Having heard what she intends to say, I feel she should be granted her. He's totally blackmailing her. In the end, it should save everyone a lot of time and trouble. My god, this guy's powerful. What's this all about, defendant? I'd just like to make one simple request, and I'll be finished. Well then, what's your request? Your Honor, I'd like you to put an immediate end to this trial. Huh? I confess to all charges against me. On February 21st of this year, I murdered Detective Bruce Goodman in the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office. No, you didn't. No, Lana. No, Lana. Objection! You can't! Your Honor, the defendant's claim does not change the defense's plea. In that case, Mr. Wright, I no longer require your services. But Lana, Your Honor, I hereby forfeit my right to an attorney. The prosecution may lack direct evidence against me, but it has sufficiently proven its case through testimony and circumstantial evidence. I would like you to render your verdict now, if you please. Well, the defendant certainly has the right to self-representation. Her request is legally valid, although this is an unprecedented situation. No, it appears there's no further need to continue this trial, even if Mr. Wright may feel otherwise. This can't be happening. It appears the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant... Let's go, Edgeworth! I knew he would pipe up. I knew he would. You one moment, Your Honor. You silly bitch. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution has not yet proven the defendant guilty beyond reasonable doubt. Any ruling at this stage would certainly be premature. Come now, Worthy. I understand this is a difficult time for you, but why don't you just be a good little boy and keep your mouth shut, I don't think I care for your tone, Chief Gant. What? Creating another fabrication to cover up your past mistakes. Sorry, but I'm no longer the naive little boy you would have me be. With this sudden confession from the defendant, it's obvious to me some kind of deal was struck behind the scenes. Some kind of deal? Not everyone operates as you do, Worthy. I thought so. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to change its first witness. Oh, to whom? As its first witness, the prosecution would like to call Miss Emma Skye. I request the court hears her testimony. Hold it. Mr. Edgeworth, I am exercising my right to self-representation. I don't think we need to contend. I don't care what you think, Miss Skye. Hell yes, the exposure of truth sometimes results in tragedy. However, no matter how tragic the truth may be, it would be an even greater tragedy to avert one's eyes from it. Fuck yes, Edgeworth. Very well, the court shall grant the prosecution's request. That's okay with you, right? Worthy, you'll live to regret this, mark my words. That's not suspicious to anyone? Okay, Miss Emma Skye, please take the stand. Looks like Edgeworth has decided to take this horse by the reins. Hell yeah. What's up, Emma? Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation. My name is Emma Skye. My occupation? I'm Lana's little sister, and I want to be a scientific investigator. Yes, my occupation is sister. 2 years ago, you encountered the serial killer Joe Dark of the Joe Dark killings. Is this correct? Yes. I'm trying my hardest to forget about that, though. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to recall those events one more time. Mr. Edgeworth, please remember this trial concerns the murder of Detective Goodman. In an incident that was resolved 2 years ago, really all that relevant? Yes, it most certainly is. Well, okay then. He sure gave in fast. Now, please testify about what happened to you 2 years ago. The trip to yesteryear has finally begun. It's bound to lead the truth behind this trial. Let's freaking go. 2 years ago. Witness testimony. I was waiting in my sister's office that day. A man came running in and took me hostage. Neil Marshall rescued me, but I'll never forget what I saw in that instant. The man raised up his knife and stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest. Okay. It's a good thing you weren't armed. I passed out. I don't remember much. That's understandable. However, please tell me, Mr. Edgeworth, what does this testimony have to do with Detective Goodman's murder? That will soon become apparent, Your Honor. You've got to admire him for his courage, considering he has no evidence. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination. Is Lana gonna... Okay. Even though I'm not the defense anymore, but alright. Alright. Press on everything. 2 years ago, the defendant was a detective at the police department, correct? She was the second-in-command of the Deputy Chief Police Gamp. My sister, she was the best detective ever. I remember. Deputy Chief Gant and Miss Skye used to be quite the pair. I believe they shared the same office. That's right. I'd always sit at my sister's desk. I'm dreaming about playing that organ. I wanted to play it that day, too. The police department and the prosecutor's office held a ceremony that day. Lana promised to take me to dinner after she finished her work. Hold it. A man? Yes, Joe Dark. He was a serial killer. Joe Dark was brought in questioning for that day of the ceremony. We were desperate to get anything on him that would lead to an arrest. When he saw his chance, he fled the room, right? Upon fleeing the room, Dark proceeded to take the elevator. He must have been in a panic because the elevator was going up. Then he ran into Skye and Gant's office. There was a lot of noise coming from outside, so I opened up the door to have a look. That's when I saw him. Neil Marshall rescued me. Hold that. What was the prosecutor doing there? That day, there were 2 people present during Dark's questioning. Deputy Chief Damon Gant and Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Almost forgot about Gant. True. Neil Marshall had just received the King of Prosecutors Award. Young and dedicated, he went straight to the questioning room after the ceremony. I assumed that would also be why he was the first to run after Dark. When Dark grabbed me, I thought I was good as dead. And that's when Prosecutor Marshall came running in. I don't clearly remember what happened then, but... never forget what I saw in that instant. I'ma just press. Can you tell us about that? Mr. Marshall jumped on Dark just then the lights went out. The lights? It was just about this time of year. There was a terrible storm going on and lightning struck nearby. So the electricity went out. Wait a minute, if it was pitch dark in that room, you shouldn't have been able to see anything, right? Right, but just then lightning flashed again outside. That sudden flash left an unforgettable image in the scene of my mind. I told the detective about what I saw then. The detective? Yes, Detective Goodman. He was in charge of the case. Bruce Goodman, the victim. Let's hear more. So you spoke with Detective Goodman about this 2 years ago? Yes, that's what's so scary about this trial. And you told Detective Goodman about what you saw? Yes, but at the time the words just wouldn't come out. That's why I drew a picture. A picture? Yes, I think she mentioned that before. Well, Mr. Wright, have you heard enough? Ask about the picture. This picture the witness drew, I believe it has a very important meaning. But the list of evidence I was given 2 years ago didn't contain a picture. That's because you weren't given all of it. Witness, would you mind if we added this statement to your testimony? Yes, Your Honor. What if can we present this? Let's check. Can we not? Oh my god! A picture is drawn on the back of the evidence in magic marker. I've got a very bad feeling about this. Holy crap. Right there, boys. Mr. Edgeworth, this little girl put all her heart into drawing that picture. It was ass! And yes, you would insist on denying its existence? Huh? Hey, I'm not the bad guy. All I'm saying is that as the prosecutor for that case, I wasn't handed such a picture. That may well be, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Behold! This is the evidence list for the SL9 incident. Please turn it over, Your Honor. Turn it over? Wow, what's this? Yes, what is that? Hey, that's it. That's the picture I drew. Indeed, 2 men appear to be wrestling here. What's the meaning of this? What are you doing with that list? Me? Only the prosecutor in charge should have access to that list. Huh? These lists, they're different from each other. What? It would appear, Mr. Edgeworth, that the evidence list you were handed 2 years ago was incomplete. These 2 lists fit together to form one. You can see the marks here where they were torn apart from each other. So you see, Mr. Edgeworth, it's quite obvious what happened. 2 years ago, only half of the evidence in that case ever reached you. What? What? Oh my god. Man's got wrecked. Order, order. But Miss Skye, why did you draw your picture on the back of such an important list? Because that's what Detective Goodman handed me in the questioning room, Your Honor. Wait a minute. If this list was torn in half, then that means... Your Honor! Are you alright, Mr. Wright? Your eyes are bulging from your head. I'm dying. If the evidence list was torn in half, then there might be more of the drawing on the back of Mr. Edgeworth's list. Oh. Yes, that's quite conceivable, Mr. Edgeworth. It's possible. Let's... Is something wrong? Do you even have to ask? Oh my god. Sorry, Your Honor. There is indeed something drawn on the back of my list. Is that thing? The Blue Badger? Oh, fuck. That's that thing. That thing that was dancing in the evidence room. Clearly, this act of vandalism is the work of a certain chief of detectives. I guess he was out of scrap paper. I have to check that. I have to check the hell out of that. Okay. So that's how it fits together. And Emma definitely drew this. If she was looking at it from this way, that's like the corner of like a window, maybe. There's a handprint on the Blue Badger. I've been saying this since the first trial, but there is a dead-ass handprint on the Blue Badger. I'm just saying. Alright, witness, will you please testify about this picture you drew 2 years ago? Huh? Oh, yes, sir, Your Honor. What's wrong with Emma? It's the Blue Badger, bro. On this picture. Alright. The flash of lightning was so bright all I could see was shadows. After that, I must have fainted. This picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant. You'll think a flash of lightning could burn such an image in your mind. Thanks to that, though, she was able to show us exactly what she saw. Habba-dabba-dabba. Well, I don't see any contradictions here. This clearly shows Joe Dark about to nerder. He was about to neuter Prosecutor Jake Marshall. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. I don't know what the hell we're gonna press on here, but let's press everything. Show this picture right after the incident? I think after 2 or 3 days later. At first, I was in such a state of shock that I couldn't do anything. The investigation team, Jessica Goodman, was placed in charge under the direction of Damon Gant and Anna Sky. 2 or 3 days later. Excuse me, witness? But can you please tell us why this picture is painted all black? The flash of lightning, all I could see was shadows. Okay. So at the time, you didn't even know it was Mr. Marshall who had come to your rescue. The lightning was so bright, and I was knocked to the floor, so she didn't know it was him. It could have not been him. You were knocked to the floor? Dark had a tight grip on me, but when Mr. Marshall jumped on him, I was knocked away. I turned around, and that's when the lightning... Okay, so she did see that. Okay. Poor Emma. I'm just glad she wasn't her. What happened after the lightning flashed? Mr. Fainham. You mean you didn't see the actual murder take place? No. I'm sorry. The flash of lightning only drove off the darkness for a split second. Not only that, but even the trauma of the situation understandably caused the witness to faint. Do you really need to torture this girl any further? What? Hey, I'm not the bad guy here. We're both not the bad guy. We both know who it is. Sorry for asking so many times, but are you sure you do exactly what you saw? Of course, this is the exact scene. It wasn't influenced in any way from your talk to the detectives? Are you insinuating we somehow manipulated her memory, Mr. Wright? No, of course not. I'd better watch out, or he might find some way to cut my salary. I drew this picture before I heard anything from the detectives, so I don't think anyone's story would have influenced me. Now, Mr. Wright, is there something bothering about you about this picture? Oh, well... That's strange. She claims this was actually imprinted in her mind, and yet... There's clearly a contradiction here. I think I need to do this, but I don't know what the hell I present here. This guy's footprints. Photo. Stabbed in the back? Stabbed in the back. Is it this? It is, okay. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this picture the witness drew contains a blatant contradiction. What? But I still remember it like it was yesterday. Mr. Wright, perhaps it would be faster you simply pointed out this contradiction for us. What part of this picture contradicts the autopsy report? Do we click the knife, or do we click... It was the chest, right? Take that. I think it... No. No. Damn. Damn, bro. I got death. Okay. I mean, it's like... It's this part, right? If it's not the chest, then it's that. The contradiction, of course, lies here. Take a look at the knife the man is holding. If you look closely, you can see its tip is broken. Even I don't have this... But Mr. Wright, look at the evidence. See the murder weapon? Its tip is broken too. If I recall... The tip of the knife was found broken off in the victim's body. It was the conclusive evidence that proved Joe Dark was the murderer. I'm afraid it's not so simple, Emma. And where, pray tell, could you possibly see a problem? It's obvious, really. The victim suffered a single stab wound to the back. If the victim was only stabbed once, then the murder weapon should not yet be broken. Ah, what's the meaning of this? Perhaps the knife was broken beforehand. Ooh, objection. Sorry, but I'm afraid that's not possible. The tip of the knife was found inside the victim's body. If it was broken beforehand, it couldn't possibly wind up there. That's right, but what does it mean? The tip of the knife was undeniably discovered within the victim's body. The only possible so I totally messed that up. I thought it was because Neil had his chest facing him and he was stabbed in the back, but I mean, I guess that works too. The only possible explanation is the witness's memory is mistaken. That's why I asked her so many times if she was sure she remembered correctly. I believe you were annoyed at the time, but she was sure she remembered correctly. But there's no other way to explain that inconsistency. There is. I don't know what it is, though. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. There is another explanation. Have you forgotten already about a little something called falsified evidence? You're treading on thin ice, right? All I'm saying is that this broken knife tip might be the piece of evidence that was forged. You can't deny the possibility. No. Ugh. If it was conclusive, then that would make sense. Order. Are you saying the investigation really was corrupted? Your Honor, please allow me to once again go over the events that took place the day of the murder. Okay. The police department and the prosecutor's office were holding a ceremony that day. After receiving the King of Prosecutors award at the ceremony, Neil Marshall questioned Joe Dark along with Damon Gamp. During his questioning, Joe Dark fled the room. Prosecutor Marshall chased after him and was killed by Dark. It is my belief that somewhere in this story, there is a lie. I'm not lying. The man really was holding up a broken knife. I didn't even notice that, actually. I didn't think it was broken in the photo, but alright. If that's true, then there's no other way around it. This could not have been the actual murder weapon. There must have been another broken knife. I know what it is, bro! I know what it is! What are the chances of there being two broken knives? Another broken knife besides Joe Dark's. Could there have been one? There is another one. If the witness is adamant about the accuracy of what she saw, it can't be explained by simply observational error. Mr. Wright. In that instant, Emma really did see a broken knife. I assume, then, that you have some information about this other broken knife. If so, please feel free to enlighten us. The murder weapon was already broken. There's only one way. The real... Okay, hold on. Is it... Yeah, it has to be the King of Prosecutors Award. It has to be. Right there. If anything's broken here, it's you. Huh? I'm sure this must be very amusing to you, right? Alright, sorry. Sorry, Your Honor. Okay. Not that. It was already broken. I mean, you oh! Wait. Already? No, he was holding up a broken knife, not a freaking... Wow. I'm gonna present... Shoot, dude. It was already broken. Frick, dude. No. Oh, shoot, it was! Okay, right here inside this picture. This is a picture of the award. I freaking knew it. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? It's the broken murder weapon. Notice the award Prosecutor Marshall is holding. Yep, I already freaking knew it. That's a broken knife. As we earlier concluded, the knife in the drawing was not Joe Dark's knife. That being the case, the knife the witness saw was in all likelihood Words. English. Order. I spilled popcorn on my keyboard. Frick. Neil Marshall was awarded King of Prosecutors that day. He was given his broken shield and knife. When he chased after Joe Dark, he pulled out this knife. Being a prosecutor, he did not carry a pistol. This broken knife was the only weapon he had in this dangerous situation. But that can't be. Oh, and why not, Mr. Edgeworth? Because if the King of Prosecutors Award knife was the murder weapon, then the murderer and the victim would be reversed. What do you mean? I mean, this man raising a knife would have been Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Oh. Maybe he was. I'm out of soda, boys. But the prosecutor was the one who actually died. That's true. What's going on here? It seems Mr. Wright has been a bit too eager to jump to conclusions. Hold it. Oh, wait. I remember now. I remember everything. Witness? Mr. Edgeworth. What is it? Could you show me your evidence list again, please? His list? The one with the picture scribbled on the back? I knew it. This picture, I'm the one who drew it. What? You drew that? That's right. The list wasn't torn in half at the time I drew this picture. But why is it above? All this time I've been trying so hard to forget. I must have locked this part away deep inside me. Perhaps it would be best if we added this to the witness's testimony. Would you please tell us what you've recalled, Miss Skye? Yes, Your Honor. First the knife mix-up, now the blue badger? This should be interesting. Emma's recollection. Dude, it's about the fucking badger. Oh. Alright, when I saw that man raise his knife, I panicked and rushed toward both of them. I think I knocked away the man with the knife. Just then there was another flash of lightning, and that's when I saw the blue badger. He wasn't in the room, but I'm sure I saw his shadow. Maybe someone dressed as him? But didn't Gumshoe make that, like, recently? This is certainly most unusual. Try impossible. The chief of detectives hadn't even I'm a legend. Hadn't even designed him until this year. That would mean he didn't even exist 2 years ago. Yes, well, the defense may now begin its cross. Oh, hold it. Stop! Please! Don't pursue this any further. Lana? What's the meaning of this? Please remain seated in the defendant's chair. But you can't do this! I've already confessed to the crime. Why can't you just leave it at that? Chief Prosecutor Skye. We've already come this far. It's too late to turn back. Silence! The defense will now begin its cross-examination. Bailiff, please detain the defendant. Seems we're getting to the core of the matter. So we're getting close to something she doesn't want us to learn. We're just gonna press on everything. When you say that, man, I see you from the Joe Dart. Yes, at least I think it was him. You think? Could have been Neil. All I could really see was shadows. The power outage that immediately preceded the incident is also documented in the prosecutor's office reports. So then you panicked and okay. Why would you do something so dangerous? What else could I have done? He was about to stab Mr. Marshall. She seems convinced that Dark was the one holding the knife. But as we've just theorized, Mr. Marshall was the one holding the knife. Well, I didn't know that at the time. When that Dark guy knocked me down, all I could think was, I've got to help that other person. Okay. A little girl did that? What do you mean you think? It happened so fast, and I was in shock. I don't remember everything clearly. What I did, it's all kind of a blur. Miss Skye was almost killed before she was a witness to a murder about to take place. With so much happening in a matter of seconds, a little disorientation is only natural. I saw the man about to stab the other person who I thought was Mr. Marshall. I knew I had to stop the man with the knife. What you did was very brave, young girl. So then what happened next? No, the blue motherfucking badger. But that's on the 15th floor. How could she see it out the window? Are you sure about this? Of course. See? I even drew a picture of him there. But it was the chief of detectives who thought up this hideous beast. And that was just this year. The blue badger didn't exist 2 years ago. This is all quite verifiable. I know it sounded strange. I was surprised too when I saw him at the police department. I had this nagging feeling that I'd seen him somewhere before. He's got a handprint on him. I've been saying it the whole time. Now I finally remember. Oh, brother. Just when you thought that thing had caused enough commotion. Tell us, where in the room did you see him dancing? He wasn't in the room. His shadow? So you mean you didn't actually see his face with its winning smile and all? That's right, but I still remember it. He had 3 creepy horns. This is pointless. That thing couldn't have possibly existed 2 years ago. The witness must be mistaken. That may well be. But what's important is what caused her to think she saw what she did. Oh? And I suppose you have an explanation. If so, then by all means, please tell us what the shadow really was. Oh, I just might know. I think I know what it is. The blue badger hadn't even been dreamt up when Emma drew this picture, yet she's certain she saw its shadow. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the defense's belief that I have turned into Barack Obama. That on the fateful day 2 years ago, there indeed was something that looked similar to the blue badger. Something that is now sitting in this very room. Mr. Wright. In this room? Very well, Mr. Wright. What is it that I think I know what it is. I know what it is. The motherfucking vase, right? Hold on. Can we, like, rotate it, maybe? Yeah, you see? It kind of does. Alright, let's present this. The mysterious blue badger was, in fact, this. But that's... what exactly is that? I believe it's some sort of jar. But Mr. Wright, that doesn't look anything like the blue badger. Indeed, it doesn't. As it stands now, it's just a plain jar. However, what if we were to change our viewpoint? Our viewpoint? I've got to show... Thank you. Right there, right? Or what? Oh my god. Okay. Why is it like not WASD? Alright, whatever. 3. Oh, wait, it's but I can't rotate it that way. Wait, do I... how do I flip it? Oh god. Oh wait, I have to present. Oh, rotate. Oh my god. Okay. This is rough. This is rough, dude. Rotate right. Okay, wait. Does it... Oh my god. This is the most insane thing I've ever done in this game. Right? No, that's like... It... Like that, right? It's gotta be. It's gotta be. Like this. It's kind of wacky, though. Oh, 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 oh. Okay. This isn't right. Allow me to remind the oh my gosh. Here we go. The right angle. Horizontally and vertically. Okay, so at least it didn't make me take damage. Horizontally and vertically. That's... What the... Chat, this is a miserable scenario that I've found myself in. Right? Like, that could be it, you know? Is this, like, broken or something? No, it isn't. Okay. Or it might be, actually. It might be broken. Right? Hold on. Like, okay, if we look at it dead center. Right, like that, right? Okay. Right there. No, right there. Oh my god. I'm actually gonna kill something. This music is driving me insane! Okay. So roundness and then... Like this? Didn't we already do this one though? No, oh my god. I know, oh my gosh. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely stupid. No! I didn't even mean to press E that time. I didn't even mean to press E that time. Oh wait, it... No, I didn't even mean to do that. I meant to rotate it. Oh my god. This is... Oh my god. You are going to get me killed, game. I'm about to have an aneurysm. This is horrible. This is absolutely horrible. Oh my god, wait, I know it, I know it, I know it, I know it. Okay. Right, like that, right? That has to be it. No? No, maybe I'm just wrong on the... Okay, hold on. Hold on. Everybody wait. Like that. Like that. Oh, like that. What? I am 2 failed attempts away from looking this up. I don't care. Oh my god. This game is killing me, by the way. Like, genuinely. I feel like I'm about to have an, like, A mental breakdown. Okay. Like that, right? Or like maybe like this. Something. Shift tab, boys. Shift tab, boys. Boys. Shift tab. Hold on. I'll kill you. I will kill you. Final day. Give me the final day. Unstable jar. Rotate the jar so that it looks like this. I did that! I did that! Oh my god. Oh my... I did... No, I didn't mean to... Oh! Oh! This music is driving me insane! Help me! I am in hell! Okay. Like that. And then down. Right? Like this is it? This is it? Let me check it to make sure I'm doing it alright. I am. I'm deadass about to like line this up too. Hold on. Okay, this is look at it! That's it! This is it! Down a little bit more? Okay, look at that. Look at that's fucking perfect! That is perfect! Oh! Please! I beg you! Please! Please! Oh my god, I'm gonna make like a highlight video of me just trying to figure this out. Come on. Please. Look at that. Beautiful. 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 Yes! Oh! Oh! Yes! 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 Finally! Thank you, Jesus! Okay. This music, I'm gonna be in a mental institution by the end of this stream. Is this a miracle or what? It is a miracle. Oh my god. No one can possibly deny this jar's resemblance to the Blue Badger. Whew. No. It can't be! And if they ask me some dumb stuff, like, how can you prove that the jar was there on the day of the murder? Ooh, I'm about to whoop their asses. The defendant has proven its claim. The mysterious Blue Badger witnessed on the day of the crime was actually this. Although we all enjoyed Mr. Wright's dramatic performance, one question remains. What's your point? What do you mean? So that badger thing was actually just a jar. That doesn't change anything. It's the murder weapon, I think. I'm afraid that's where you're wrong, Mr. Edgeworth. You see, this changes everything. Indeed? Very well then, please tell us. What's different now that we know that the witness saw this jar? Allow me to make these in turn. At the moment of the murder, the witness saw this jar. At a very specific angle, I might add, Mr. Wright. Yes, well, knowing this, where could she have seen this jar? Where? The location of the jar is shown in a picture taken on the day of the crime. It's on a shelf in the office of Damon Gant. but the body was found lying near Lana Sky's desk. The witness testified so herself. Yes, and it is these two facts that reveal what actually transpired. You see, the struggle between Dark and Marshall did not take place in Lana Sky's office. It happened on the other side of the room, in Chief Gant's office. Are you implying the murderer moved the victim's body from Damon Gant's office to Lana Sky's office? Yes. Why would he do that? There's no reason. Exactly. Huh? I thought he was shaking his head. If there wasn't a reason, he wouldn't have gone through the trouble. The only logical conclusion is that there was a reason. Do you know what that reason was, Mr. Wright? I finally figured it out. So this is why Lana tried to stop the trial. It's too late to quit now, though. Please recall the witness's testimony. She said she knocked away the man who was holding up the knife. In the next instant, the jar was hit and flew through the air. Now tell me, what could have sent the jar flying? That would have had to have been the impact the man made when he was knocked into the wall? Ladies and gentlemen, if I may draw your attention to this picture once more. If the man was knocked into the direction of the shelf that the jar was sitting on, what would he have hit? Oh my fucking god. The suit of armor, holding a very sharp and dangerous looking sword. Yes. And since the man who was knocked into the armor was carrying... Does that mean Emma killed Neil? Oh my god, does that mean Emma killed Neil? Oh my fucking god. He would have had to have been Neil Marshall wielding the King of Prosecutors trophy. No, Mr. Wright, you can't be thinking... Yes, there is another possibility of what actually transpired in that room. Another possibility? Of course the perpetrator would have no idea, but nevertheless... I don't know if I can go through with this. Mr. Wright, what's the matter? If events took place as the defense theorizes, then the outcome is obvious. In that moment, assuming the man Emma Sky knocked away was actually Prosecutor Neil Marshall... Damn. Okay, nice animation. Budget. Damn. Wow, she killed him! What the fuck? Oh, she is gotta be... She is gotta be, like, messed up for life now. You mean Mr. Marshall died because of me? Oh my god. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Thud. Did she just pass out? I never imagined her testimony would lead to this. So it was the witness who took the victim's life, and then proved so with her own testimony. This is unprecedented. Damn. Oh, she is furious. What are you saying? I'm sorry, Miss Sky, but given the circumstances, Joe Dark murdered Prosecutor Marshall. How can you think it was Emma? Oh, well, rip. Imagine that coming from you. If you recall, it was you who admitted to forging evidence 2 years ago. The reason you moved Prosecutor Marshall's body was to keep anyone else from finding out about what Emma did, wasn't it? I assure you, Mr. Edgeworth, I have no idea what you're talking about. If you hope to have anyone believe your insane allegations, I'm afraid you're going to have proof. Tell me, do you have any conclusive evidence that proves my sister killed Neil Marshall? I do. Evidence? I'm willing to bet you don't. Yes, it certainly would be difficult to prove with this evidence. If we don't have evidence, then we'll have to rely on testimony. I'm afraid that won't work in this case. Both parties involved in the incident are dead. We certainly can't get dead people to testify. This has all been a wild goose chase from the beginning. Dude, I have evidence. The fucking cloth. Humph. Touché, Miss Sky. Of course, that only leaves us with one possibility. You don't mean there's still another possibility? What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? I mean the possibility that the victim has left us a message. For better or for worse, Mr. Marshall did not die instantly. He may have left behind the name of the person who took his life. Call Maya! In one manner or another. That's impossible. Oh shit. Well, Mr. Wright, this is the only possibility left to you. A message from the deceased. Does such a message exist? Back on the court record. Mr. Wright! Will you stop at nothing to prove my sister a murderer? Oh no. Do not be mistaken, Miss Sky. Our purpose is not to accuse Emma of any crime. There is only one thing we seek, the truth. No matter how painful it may be. Now then, Mr. Wright, please show us the piece of evidence that conveys a message from the deceased. It's gotta be the vase, right? It's gotta be the vase. This is the message left by the deceased. This is that blue badger from before, right? Oh, is he going to just speak the killer's name? If that thing could, I'm sure it would. Looks like everyone's forgotten this is just a jar. A message was left here, on the surface of this jar. What do you mean? If you can look closely, you can see a small trail of blood on this jar. It looks like someone wiped the blood away. Oh, Emma. Or Lana. Yes, but notice. For some reason, the blood on some fragments was not wiped away. Yes, there is a line here, drawn in blood. So what you're saying is these dots were once lines. Prosecution Marshall did not die instantly. He used the few precious moments left to him to leave behind a message. One that someone apparently wiped away. But blood must have seeped into the jar where the lines did change directions. Precisely so. All we need to do is connect these points and the victim's message will become apparent. Oh damn, a new sprite. No. Mr. Wright, what kind of message did the victim leave for us? Your Honor, I believe the bloodstain... Is it... I'm trying to connect it myself. I've got to connect these dots to make letters. Only one thing, given the circumstances. His murderer's name. Do I have to... Oh my god. Bro, I'm about to... Hold on. I'm about to make a star. Hold on. Let me... Oh my god. I've just got... It's a fish! He was murdered by a fish! Okay, whatever. I think it's gotta be, shit, dude. Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. Okay. Is there any, like, blood here I can... Okay, nope. Let's do it! Emma! It's a defense attorney's duty to prove their client's innocence. That's why I've been thinking all about saving Lana. After all my efforts, I never thought it would turn out like this. Emma! Emma. So this is the final message Prosecutor Marshall left behind. Damn, bro. Wow. Of all people, she may not have meant it, but in the end, the one who took the victim's life was Emma Skye. Fuck, dude. That's rough as hell, actually. Like, that is seaworthy. Okay, hold on. This is about 2 years ago, Damon, but you're still guilty for Bruce's death, alright? Chief Gant. Do you understand the implications of what you've done? What? What are you talking about? 2 years ago, Joe Dark was sentenced to death. He was convicted because of his final murder. I believe you were the prosecutor in that case, were you not? Ah! Yes, Worthy. Because of you, an innocent man was sent. Well, he still killed like 5 girls or whatever. Not only that, but you used forged evidence to ensure his conviction. Krakow! Objection, bitch. But Joe Dark really was a serial murderer. That's undeniable. I'm afraid that's not important. Didn't you know we aren't defenders of justice? What? We're merely keepers of the law. Sentencing a man to death is no light matter, even if there wasn't any cover-up evidence or forgery. Ultimately, the responsibility falls on the prosecutor in charge. Despite what anyone may say, this fact cannot be denied. Cheers. Cheers, bro. What's going on at the prosecutor's office? They might... Order, order, order! The gavel's pounding fell on deaf ears. Unable to settle the crowd, the judge declared a recess. Where this trial is headed, no one knows. To be continued right the fuck now. You kidding me? Holy cow. He didn't know about the fake evidence, bro. It's not his fault. Sorry, Ezra. I didn't mean to get you in trouble. Don't worry about it. This is all my problem, not yours. Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Hell, guess I am. I'll come back later. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? You got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective runner all around while on duty. And to top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. I take it Lana's having you on errands again. Let me tell you, this is the last time, pal. Yeah, she asked me to give this to you if there was a break in today's trial. Evidence law? Edgeworth was talking about this just the other day. You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule number 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Okay. Alright. The chief prosecutor also wanted me to give you a message. A message? She said, if you're planning to take him on, you're going to need this book. Him. I guess I'll need to give this book a thorough read. Ah, explains the 2 rules. Quite a long book for 2 rules. Doesn't look like that book will do you any good now, though. All that's left now is the chief prosecutor's sentence. That's where you're wrong, detective, huh? Haven't you figured it out yet? Why I'm still sitting in that prosecutor's seat? Despite all these allegations being thrown at me? Mr. Edgeworth, the real trial today hasn't begun yet. What else is there left to do? Your credibility's been all but ruined with this forged evidence you were unaware of. Emma Sky found out she unwittingly caused a man's death. And now you're telling me you want to do more? You gotta be kidding me, pal. You're missing the point, detective. Lana didn't murder Detective Goodman. She merely stuck a knife into his dead body. That means the real killer is still out there. What? That sounds like the dumbest thing I've ever heard. No matter what it takes. This case has hurt too many people. It's time to bring it to an end. Hell yeah, Phoenix. Hell yeah. Pop the F off. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. The Inquiry Committee is planning to impose harsh penalties for your actions. I'm a masochist, Your Honor. Yes, well, normally this is where the prosecution calls for the witness. But, cough, cough. This isn't easy to say. You see, there is some concern that you, Mr. Edgeworth, may have, struck a bargain. You think I may have manipulated the witness. I didn't say that. It's just, you see, everyone has been talking and... Very well, Your Honor. I have a solution. A solution? That being the case, the prosecution will allow the defense to call forth all further witnesses. What? But there's no precedent for what you're proposing. Undeniably, this is an unusual arrangement, but a very efficient one. Effective. Same thing. It would prove that I haven't struck any deals with the witnesses. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say? Unbelievable. Edgeworth has found a way to continue the trial. Very well. The defense accepts the prosecution proposal. Then it's settled. The defense may now call forth its next witness. Mr. Wright. You do realize this is your last chance. If you call the wrong witness, this trial is as good as over. Oh, the real murderer. Damon motherfucking Gant. Damon Gant. What does he have to do with anything? As the defendant's partner 2 years ago, Mr. Gant has a first-hand knowledge of the crime. I feel we should hear what he has to say about it. As luck would have it, he should still be in the courthouse. He would also be the least likely to have been manipulated by me in any way. Wouldn't you agree, Your Honor? True. Alright, bailiff, please escort Mr. Gant to the stand. Here he is. Witness, please state your name and occupation. What is this, some kind of practical joke? I was just on my way to lunch. Your name and occupation, sir. Worthy, are you sure you want to do this? Your name and occupation. So, you want to play hardball, eh? Please, Mr. Gant. Fine. My name is Damon Gant. I'm the acting chief of police. Now then, Chief Gant. The court requires to hear your testimony. Oh, righto! What's with the grim face? First, let's clear up this SL9 incident. Oh, you mean that time when Lana's sister murdered that prosecutor? Personally, I think it's been made pretty clear already. There are still some things unaccounted for. Oh, like what? Like the role you played in all of this. Son, either you're very brave or very foolish. No one's, you know, a little sus of that at all? You are aware, of course, that a police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. No one in the jury's like, hey guys, what the fuck? Weapons? Sure, take my testimony for example. I don't have to give it if I don't want to. What? Is that true? I'm afraid so. The chief of police has the right to refuse to testify. Oh, fuck off. Of course such an action carries with it certain risks. Don't worry, I'm not here to hinder your trial. Just remember, if this turns out to be a big waste of time, don't say I didn't warn you. Very well, the witness may now call, but fuck, begin his testimony. Do it. SL9 incident. As I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. To make a long story short, we slipped up. That power outage didn't help either. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Apparently, she had already arranged the crime scene. As you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery. Is that when Dark was arrested? Him? He was lying unconscious on the floor. When Emma sent Neil flying, it seems Dark bumped his head. The monkeys fell off the bed. Everyone seems pretty clear-cut. If the police chief has the right to refuse to testify, then I'd better hit him hard and fast. Just like I did Edgeworth last night. Anyways, SL9 incident. I'm just gonna press everything. As I recall, a ceremony was held at the police department. Yes, that's right. I guess you would say I'm a workaholic. Alright. P is white, please help? I think that's, if it's clear, that means you're well hydrated, right? That's right, but Dark made it to the elevator first. So Neil and I split up. He went upstairs and I went downstairs. I guess you could say, he got lucky. What's this about a power outage? Oh, that. The elevator stopped all of a sudden. I got the shock of my life. Well, probably not as shocked as Neil was when that knife went into his heart, though. That's not funny. Hold it. Could you tell us what you saw? It was a shocking sight. Neil and that serial killer were lying on a heap on the floor, all tangled together. Dark was also lying collapsed on the floor. Oh, Dark was also lying collapsed on the floor? Yes, apparently he hit his head and was knocked out. Next to them were the two poor girls, Lana and Emma. Lana was cradling Emma in her arms, looking back at it now. She must have already known what her sister had done. Can't sell slaughter without laughter. Facts. How can you know that? Because of the victim's body. It had already been moved. So that means when you found the body near Lana's desk. That's right. I think you said earlier, it was my suit of armor that really stabbed the prosecutor? Yes. Anyway. So you're saying that the forgery had already taken place by the time you arrived at your office? That's exactly what I'm saying. I can understand how Lana must have felt, but moving a body and hiding evidence are inexcusable no matter what the circumstances. Is that how it really went down? Staring at the witness won't do you any good, Mr. Wright. If you're going to stare at anything, you'd better be staring at that court record. Worthy, always the smooth talker. He was hiding the evidence list, right? Let's present that. Or let's see, actually. There we go. This has got to be it. You claim you had nothing to do with the forgery. But I'm afraid that is a claim you cannot back up. Explain yourself. Several pieces of evidence were found in your office. Take this list, for example. That's the list Emma Sky drew her picture on. This was discovered in your desk. Not only that, but a piece of this jar that was sitting in your office was found inside your safe. It was found where? You see, Chief Gant, these articles of evidence uncovered in your office are both concrete proof that you also played a part in the illegal investigation. Chief Gant, what's the meaning of this? Ho! Here's a defense attorney who may even rival Worthy. So you admit to it then, that you were involved in the forgery? Who, me? Or do you mean you? Me? Why would I have anything to do with that? Well, you were the one who snuck into my office when you found this evidence. Prosecutors aren't the only ones capable of forging evidence, you know. Defense attorneys can do so too. Isn't that right, Righto? However, Detective Gumshoe was present during the investigation. Worthy, my boy. Not even detectives are exempt from the law. Rest assured, Dick will receive his due punishment. I'll punish my Dick later. What? Detective Gumshoe's salary drops any further, he'll end up paying to work. Yes, well, in light of the detective's presence, please give us your testimony regarding these pieces of evidence found in your office, and their relation to the forgery that took place at the crime scene. My. Kids these days no longer know how to put 2 and 2 together. That's not suspicious to anyone? This guy's been saying sus things the entire time. Oh, shoot, he's pulling on it. Let's see, what was it now? A jar fragment and a list? For all I know, you could have planted them in my office. Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. Say advertisement without advert it? Isn't it just... Wait. Oh, okay. I see. I see what you're trying to get me to say. If they were found after Dark was convicted, then they're worthless. There's no reason I'd participate in a forgery. Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. Well, Mr. Wright, yes, Your Honor. When investigating the crime scene, you should have been more careful to observe protocol. You do understand that I am the chief of police, right? There will be consequences. Ooh. Indeed, I believe I will press charges, so you won't make the same mistake again. My apologies, Chief, but would you mind waiting until tomorrow for that? Today is, well, you know. Alright, OG, in return, though. I know, that place, right? Huh? What are these guys, telepathic? Telepathic. Evidence and forgery. Alright. I want to look over... Gee, we have a full freaking evidence thing now. Holy cow. Rules for submitting evidence. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. We've already broken that. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. Okay. I guess. Let's press on everything for now. I'd appreciate it if you'd stop making these ridiculous allegations. Yes, you do have a point. You wouldn't have the guts to do something like that. What? I'll have you know, back in the day, I once broke into a cattle ranch and tipped Mr. Wright. What are you saying? Jesus, Phoenix. Anyway, you can't prove you didn't carry in the evidence, can you? If you have proof to the contrary, you're going to need it later. Later? What are you talking about? What else? I'm talking about when Raito's prints are found. Yes, if they're found inside my safe, that would prove his investigation was illegal. Grr. I've never faced anyone as slimy as this guy. What do you mean by that? This is all purely hypothetical, of course, but suppose I did place those items in my safe. Such an act wouldn't necessarily constitute forgery. If concealing evidence found at a crime scene isn't forgery, I'm not through speaking yet, Righto. It all depends on when the evidence was discovered. Are you saying this jar fragment wasn't discovered in the initial investigation? It would appear not. After all, it wasn't listed in the evidence list. For all we know, it could have suddenly materialized the day after Dark was sentenced. Oh, and wouldn't that be convenient? Right. The chief is talking about a possibility, so as long as you can't rule that out. Your remarks, however, clever as they may be, will only succeed in wasting time. Tell me something I don't know. Come now, Righto! Think about it. How can you look me in the eye and say that? Because I'm innocent. Remember? Who was it that murdered Neil? Came for the word murder here. But in the end, the person responsible for Mr. Marshall's unfortunate demise was Emma Skye. Well, now do you see? Really, Chief Gant? At the very least, there is one very large benefit you've reaped from all this. Oh, I wasn't aware. What is this benefit? Oh, you were blackmailing Lana. That would, of course, be the position you have. Chief of Police. Oh. The resolution of the SL9 incident secured your promotion to Chief. That in itself is sufficient motive. Ho ho ho! Oh, that's a good one. Huh? Do you really think I'm that incompetent? What do you mean? Even without that case, I was already in line to become the next chief. The resolution of SL9 merely sped up the inevitable a little. Is that true, Edgeworth? Yes, he was going to be made chief anyway. Gah! Be careful when you're pointing that finger, or you might wind up being the one pointed. He's kind of like Mr. Red, or Mr. White. Yeah, Red White. So that means there's only one possible motivation for you to commit forgery. If you didn't do it for yourself, then you did it for someone else. Don't be silly, Worthy. You know me better than that. There are only 3 people I look out for. Me, myself, and I. There, it's out in the open now. Oh, gee, would you mind if I change my testimony a little? By all means, please do. Nothing in it for you. Sorry, but the only person I care about is yours truly. That girl, Lana's little sister, was it? If you think I felt sorry for her, you'd better think again. You're right. You don't feel sorry for anyone. Be tough on crime and tough on people. That's how I was raised. You seem to be lax enough on yourself, though. Ho, 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 ho. That's a good one, Worthy. Could there have been something in it for him? Given his selfishness, would he have helped someone out? True, you might not have helped out everyone for their sake. But if it would benefit you, you might decide to assist someone. Mr. Wright, it would appear you've positively determined to portray the chief as a nice man who likes to lend people a hand. That's not what I mean. Very well then, who is this person you believe Chief Gant may have helped forge evidence? There was something in it for him, for Lana. So she forged evidence to protect Emma, and he helped her so he could blackmail her later. That's it. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye. The defendant? I believe it's quite obvious in light of the circumstances. Emma Skye fell victim to an unfortunate series of events. Who would want to help her more than her own sister Lana? And as for Chief Gant, he would also have a reason to help Lana if she asked him to. That reason, of course, is self-profit. Self-profit? What do you mean? After the SL9 incident was resolved, Lana Skye was appointed Chief Prosecutor at the Prosecutor's Office. The person who arranged this job change was you, Chief Gant. But how would he profit from all this? He would be able to use the Chief Prosecutor as his puppet. Essentially, he would acquire unchecked authority over all investigations. Do you mean to tell me that despite the Chief's formidable appearance, he plays with puppets? Shut up. Oh, wait. You must mean puppet as in someone forced to do his bidding. Never mind. Admit it, Chief. You assisted Lana Skye in forging evidence. Your motive... to appoint her as Chief Prosecutor so you could control her. Righto, my boy. You have quite an imagination. Let me ask you something. What? Do you have any proof of this? That I controlled Lana? For example, is Lana testifying that I've done such a thing? Lana. She's keeping it quiet to protect Emma. There's no way she'd testify against Gant. I'm afraid without any proof, this all amounts to nothing more than mere conjecture. Unless, that is also what happened in this incident. This incident? Or which one would that be? Of course I'm talking about the murder of Detective Bruce Goodman. The Chief Prosecutor has been acting strange throughout this entire trial. Almost as if someone has been controlling her. Worthy, you'd better watch your tongue. I wouldn't want you to get hurt. No one finds that suspicious? Just what do you mean? What he means, Your Honor, is that Chief Gant is involved in the murder of Detective Goodman. Not only that, but the Chief is now making Lana take the rap to cover up his involvement. What? Even the judge is shocked. Order, order, order. I said order! That's right, you can't be serious. Huh? This is an affront to the highest ranking officer in our law enforcement agency. And murder? That's impossible. Oh man. Your Honor, I was merely reiterating what Mr. Edgewood said in easier to understand language. It's too late, Mr. Wright. There's no turning back for us now. It looks like he's the one who's decided to go through with this. Can you prove this, Mr. Wright? That the chief, a high-ranking officer of the law, is involved in this murder? Good question. Regardless of his rank or title, Chief Gant is just a man. The question is he a criminal? I believe the evidence will tell. I see. Alright then. Let's see what Mr. Wright's got, and it better be good. I think that the evidence is ID card. This is the ID card list. Yes, the one that shows who entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. There was one ID on the list we couldn't determine the owner of yesterday. 777-7777. Sorry, but there's no way you can prove that's my card number. It's your number. What? How do you know that? The safe in Chief Gant's office requires a code to open. A 7-digit code. 7 digits? You don't mean... I'm afraid so, Your Honor. The code was 777-7777. The same as the remaining ID card number on that list. You idiot, Gant. Chief Gant, you enter... Oh, we got him now, boys. We got him now. New sprites? We got him. That's how you know. Order, order. Chief Gant, what do you have to say? Nothing. The defense's search of my office was in violation of regulations. And I will demand Mr. Wright be punished to the maximum extent of the law. But right now, this court demands an explanation from you about the use of this ID card. Chief Gant, so you admit it. You entered the evidence room on the day of the crime? What about it? I'm chief of police, whether it's the evidence room or the bathroom. What's the difference? I can go anywhere I want. Tell me, when you entered the evidence room, were you alone? I always go to the bathroom alone, as I do with the evidence room. No, you go to the bathroom with Lana, huh? Detective Goodman wouldn't have happened to be there with you on that day, would he? Of course not. Why would he be? I hadn't seen him in days. You hadn't seen him in days? Chief Gant, I'm afraid you've just undone yourself. On that day, you had to have met with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? This trial's purpose is to determine Lana Sky's guilt. No, it isn't, Your Honor. This trial's purpose is to determine the truth. If Chief Gant met the victim on the day of the crime, then we need to determine one thing. What transpired during that meeting? In that case, Mr. Wright, I'm going to have to ask you for evidence. Show us proof that the victim went to meet Chief Gant on the day of the crime. No fucking clue. Oh my god, we're literally at the edge right now. Oh! Oh! Detective Goodman lost his ID card on the day of the crime. Or to be more accurate, Jake Marshall stole it. So Detective Goodman filed a lost item report. Oh my god, I just realized he would have had to give that report to the chief of police. Yet you are in possession of the report, which means you can't be sure if he filed it. He filed it. How do I know, you ask? Because he needed to enter the evidence room that day. He needed to? Yes, to transfer the evidence out. Oh. Detective Goodman took the form to you, Chief Gant. Then, you accompanied the detective to the evidence room. I accompanied him? There's no other way the murderer and Detective Goodman could have entered that room. Hold on, let me guess what you're going to say next. Okay, Joseph. I, the chief of police, murdered poor Goodman. Exactly. But wait. The chief didn't necessarily need to accompany him to the evidence room. He could have just lent him his ID card. Yes. Now that you mention it, I believe I might have done something of the sort. Sorry, but that's not possible. According to the record, your card was only used once. Yet you showed us your ID card earlier. If you had really lent it to Detective Goodman, it would have had to have been found on his body. No! Ooh, that was an awesome sprite. Chief Gant, you didn't... The murderer was most likely a spur-of-the-moment crime, for no one in their right mind would choose the police department as the place to commit murder. After the murder, you contacted Lana at the prosecutor's office. Why? To dispose of Detective Goodman's body, of course. You're forgetting, Mr. Wright. The victim's body was discovered in the prosecutor's office parking lot. How did he manage to move it there? I was at the police department the entire day, you know? And everyone's aware that Lana stayed at the prosecutor's office after the ceremony. Everyone except me, it seems. Still, you're the chief of police. You have an entire police force at your disposal. Oh, so you think I just ordered an officer to do it? Hey you, take this here dead body over to the prosecutor's office. I don't think so. Chief Gant, you left all the evidence we need to prove how you moved the body to the prosecutor's office. All this time I thought it was a useless clue, just taking up space. How could the chief have moved the body? Mr. Wright, show us this evidence. To move the victim's body, Chief Gant... A useless piece of evidence! It's the freaking screwdriver! This is how he moved Detective his body! Oh my god, I'm getting so fast I don't even have time to space my words. A screwdriver? But what does that have to do with this case? Mr. Edgeworth, think back to the day of the crime. What is this screwdriver doing here? It's here because... I was asked to go by Chief Gant. Oh, hell yes. Dude. After the ceremony ended that day, I didn't plan to return to the prosecutor's office. But you did, because Chief Gant asked you to. You mean I. The body was found in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. I think it's obvious what happened. The body was moved by that car. Detective Goodman's body was carried in the trunk of Edgeworth's car. Yes, unless of course you have another explanation, Chief. Why else would you have asked Mr. Edgeworth to transport evidence from a closed case? There's only one plausible explanation. To transport the body to your accomplice, Miss Lana Skye! Right? Oh my god. I'm big braining everything. Order! What's going on here? Is there no room for rebuttal to the defense's outrageous accusations? Think back to the photograph Miss Starr took at the prosecutor's office. This was not a photo of the body being stuffed into the trunk to be taken away. It was exactly the opposite. It is a photo of the body being taken from the trunk. Chief Gant, please say something. I believe... Your time's up. My time's up. Sorry, Righto, but I'm having lunch with the District Attorney General after this. We have to get going if we're going to make it in time for the early bird special. Hell no, you murderer, but the cross-examination isn't finished yet. Remember what I told you earlier? A police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Weapons? Like the right to refuse to testify. I'm invoking that right now. What? That is not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered. So you're going to just run away after all this? Run away? Don't make me laugh, Worthy. I stabbed old Goodman. That's what you're saying, right? But if you had any conclusive evidence, you would have presented it by now. Well, You think I had Lana dispose of the body? If so, then show your proof and get it over with. I'll say it again, Mr. Wright. Damon Gant is the current chief of police. This court will not tolerate any accusations against him without concrete proof. Well, Mr. Wright, Your Honor, do you have any concrete proof? Proof that Chief Gant murdered Detective Goodman and made Miss Skye dispose of his body? I can't let him just squirm his way out of this. I've got to keep the pressure on. Yes, Your Honor, I do have such evidence. Then please hurry up and present it. Just remember, it better prove Chief Gant murdered Detective Goodman beyond a shadow of a doubt. What the fuck do I present here? Oh my god. What is this? What do I present, dude? We haven't used this for anything yet. We haven't used this for anything. Fuck, dude. I have no idea what it could be. But what could the cloth prove? So that what did Emma use that cloth for? You know, like, oh my god. What? I mean, I actually don't know what the hell it could be. It's proof. Do we not have proof? Because I don't think we have anything, right? I don't think we have anything. I don't. See ya, G? In that case, this court is forced to penalize you for your— oh, shit. What? Here's a tip. Never gamble what you can't afford to lose, righto. It seems that Lady Luck was on my side again today. Okay, OG, I'll leave the rest to you. What the fuck? We don't have anything! We don't have anything! I warned you earlier, Mr. Wright. This is an affront to a senior officer in our nation's law enforcement agency. Oh. Lady Luck, Maybe we should have a word with her. Mr. Edgeworth, what do you mean? There's one lady who knows the real truth behind this trial. You haven't yet heard the honor of hearing her testimony. A lady who knows the truth, another witness. In the absence of conclusive evidence, the only other method of proof is testimony. But Chief Gann has invoked his right to refuse his testimony. There's still someone else. One more witness who can answer all the questions raised in this trial. Someone right in this very room. Why are you asking me, Your Honor? Have you forgotten? The defense is the one calling witnesses today. Mr. Wright, oh, she might not be willing? Oh, that's Lana. No, I went to Emma. Oh my god, it scrolled to... Don't scroll to Emma, please. The defendant. Miss Lana Skye? She was in the underground parking lot at 5:15 on February 21st. For her task to dispose of the victim's body. In accordance with someone's orders. Mr. Edgeworth? The prosecution has no objections, Your Honor. Very well, the court will now take its final recess for the day. In 15 minutes, we will reconvene to hear the defendant's testimony. This court is now— hold on. Huh? Chief Gann, I thought you were going to eat. Listen good, Lana. He's talking to Lana. I don't think you need me to tell you this, but if you accept Mr. Wright's claims, there will be terrible consequences. That's right. Your sister will be found guilty for Neil Marshall's murder. This isn't good. Of course, you'd never support such outrageous claims anyway, right? Just something to think about. Alright then. I've got a lunch date to meet. And no one thinks that's suspicious? In the slightest? No one's like, maybe that's a bat. Looks like we managed to stay in the game. Yeah, thanks to your help, Edgeworth. Nah, Chafe, he's something else, eh, pals? Detective Gumshoe. I'm not a detective anymore. Oh yeah, sorry about that. Don't worry, I've already decided where to work now. At your office! Fuck yes! Be my partner, Big Dickie! I'll take the place of that top naughty girl you used to work with. Fuck yes! Dick Gumshoe is my... It's been so long. Since last I've seen my son. Lost through this one. Okay, looks like we're all out of moves now. Chief Gann's done it again. How is it he always gets the upper hand? It's not fair. He has the right to refuse to testify. Settle down, right. Remember what the judge said? Certain risks. Risks? What did he mean by that? It's simple. If the chief refuses to testify, the opposite also holds true. You mean he forfeits his right to say anything too? Emma! Hello, murderer. Emma, are you okay? Yeah, when I came to, I was in the medical office. I've been listening to the trial from the gallery. So she heard everything that's been going on. Emma, I'm sorry for what I said before. No, don't be. It was the truth. You know, it's funny. I almost feel somehow relieved. Relieved? You killed a man! Yeah, now I finally know what really happened. To think that all this time, my sister was being blackmailed by that terrible man. And she did it all just to protect me. Ever since her appointment as chief prosecutor, everyone who knew her said she changed. Perhaps it was easier that way for her. What do you mean? What do you think I mean? To follow Chief Gant's orders. She must have shut herself up deep inside, to force herself to do anything and everything the chief told her to do. That must be why she became so cold. It was all my fault. It's all because I murdered Mr. Marshall. Hey, don't go blaming yourself now. If you want to blame anyone, blame society, pal. Chief Gant may be able to fool everyone else with his forgery, but he can't fool my memory. I remember now. I knocked Mr. Marshall into that armor. I see. Well, we better get back. It's time for the final act. Emma, why don't we wait here? No, I'm going with you. Fuck yes. I want to be there when Lana tells the truth. Let's go, right. It's time to end this. Oh my god, we're all teaming up against that frick boy. Alright. Alright. Let's freaking end this, boys. Now then, will the defendant, Miss Lana Skye, please take the stand? Miss Lana Skye, you are the chief prosecutor. I'm sure you're aware of what is required of you. Mr. Edgeworth, you already know everything. You know all that I've done these past 2 years. Please provide the court with your testimony, Miss Skye. And remember, you are under oath. We want to hear the truth. Of course. The truth. Lana, no matter what happens, I'll always be your sister. Damn, bro. Now then, your testimony, if you will. First, tell us what your relationship with Chief Gant. Everything hinges on your testimony. You're the only chance we have to get Gant. Gant and the fabrication. I worked alongside Gant for years. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. My only motive was to get Dark convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma. Are you sure about this testimony? Your Honor, I'm confessing to a capital offense. Of course I'm sure. But Lana, if this is true, then that means Chief Gant has nothing to do with this. That's what I've been telling you from the beginning. Please, Mr. Wright, you've got to help her. She's sacrificing herself because of me. What if she's telling the truth? She's not. I know my own. Yeah. What have you been doing for the past 3 days, Phoenix? Alright, she's hiding something inside. Deep down, she's really screaming in agony. Yeah, this is no time to start second-guessing myself. Right? The defense may now begin its cross-examination. Hell yes. Alright. Right there. All by yourself. The Birkin Prosecutor's Award knife was stuck in the victim's body. What? That's not true at all. But Prosecutor Marshall died from an unfortunate accident. That's only a situation you dreamed was possible. The reality is it wasn't my sister who took the prosecutor's life. Fantasize all you want, Mr. Wright, but I'll never change this statement. You mean Prosecutor Marshall wound up being killed by Dark? Something like that. If that is so, what happened to the other murder weapon? Dark was carrying a switchblade knife. Oh, that was lying on the floor a little distance away. It was probably knocked away in the struggle. That's not how it went down. All to protect me. Fuck, dude. Okay, yes. You planted the... Oh, and then you moved the body? But why? Why would you do that? You, of all people, should know, Edgeworth. You've always had a good head on your shoulders. My head isn't that bad, but maybe I ought to ask her. Well, that was to get Dark convicted. Why did you move it? When you showed up at the scene, where exactly was the victim's body? It was where you deducted it was by the Chief Gant's desk. But the body was found by your desk. Why did you move it there? The reason for that is simple. Let's have the witness explain this in more detail. The reason Miss Skye moved the body. The pieces of the jar that shattered during the event threatened my plan. How? How? Pieces of the jar, you mean... Yes, the wretched jar you showed us earlier. In order to show that Dark committed the crime, I felt it would be more expedient to move the body. So, when you first found the body, the jar was already... Of course, it had been shattered to pieces. If you looked at the crime scene, it would be clear right away what happened. Neil Marshall was dead, and Dark was lying unconscious. In other words, the jar must have been broken during their struggle. I see. What's the matter, Emma? Apparently the jar shattered at the time the crime was committed, but I have a feeling there's more to it than that. There must be a contradiction here somewhere. Leave me alone. So you rearranged the crime scene. Are you sure you didn't do this from keep Emma looking from like the murderer? How many times do I have to tell you, Mr. Wright? Emma didn't do it, period. Are you so desperate to hide that fact? You're willing to risk the death sentence? She's lying. She is, so I wouldn't be blamed for what happened. In any case, as a prosecutor, what I've done is unpardonable. There's nothing I can do to make up for my actions. Mr. Wright, my sister's lying. Looks like she's determined to protect you to the end. She insists she fabricated the evidence by herself. There's no way she could have done it all alone. If she's lying, then she's bound to slip up and make a contradiction. It's gotta be something here. Wait, or... No, I didn't mean to press. I meant to... Alright, whatever. Alright. No, I'm so bad at this game. I'm so bad at this game. I'm so bad. Okay, has nothing to do with Emma. No, okay. I thought it would be used for something, you know, like... I don't know. I just wonder what the cloth is for. Alright, the jar. Okay. Maybe it's on the wrong statement. Pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan. How could it have threatened your... I'm just gonna present the jar here. I don't really care. Alright, there we go. Miss Skye, I understand how you feel. You committed that crime 2 years ago to protect your sister. You mean the forgery at the scene where Neil Marshall was murdered? If that truth were to be exposed now, the past 2 years of your life will have been in vain. Even so, I'm compelled to bring to everyone's attention a significant contradiction within your testimony. A contradiction in my testimony? You testified, and I quote, "The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan." That's right. Do you have a problem with that? It's a simple oversight, really. You see, a message was written on this jar with the victim's blood. Yes, the prosecutor must have written it in his final moments. Exactly so. And this is where the contradiction lies. In order for the... Oh, because it wasn't shattered when... Okay. I understand. In order for the victim to be able to write his message on the jar, it must not have yet been broken before he died. He couldn't have written Emma's name on a shattered jar. Order, Your Honor. It would appear more information is needed in regard to this jar and its bloody message. We may be missing something critical here. Something critical? Chief Prosecutor, it seems you're in the dark as we are about the truth towards which we're headed. What? Just tell us exactly what you saw. We'll piece together the information to arrive at the truth. Very well, the witness may now continue her testimony. Jar and message of blood. I immediately noticed the blood traces on the jar, but it was dark in my room and I didn't have time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. The fragments were large, so I made sure I got them all. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered. You didn't wipe them, Emma did. You mean you were the one who wiped away the message? Well, I wasn't the chief prosecutor at the time. She didn't think Dark was the real murderer. That's why she tried to erase the real evidence. Very well. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. I already know what it is. This one's much easier. But it was dark. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. Why is Emma's fingerprints on it then? No? Damn it. Maybe I need to press there. Holy crap, I've got like no freaking things left. I'm afraid this action of yours reveals what really happened. What do you mean? If you really thought Dark killed Prosecutor Marshall, you wouldn't have wiped away the blood. What else could I have done in that situation? Lana, I only had a few moments. There wasn't enough time for me to do anything but gather up the pieces. How could you have seen with the power out? It must have been pitch black in that office. A detective was always prepared, Mr. Wright. Even now, I always carry a pocket light and a camera with me. Even I carry a bottle of Merchant Luminol wherever I go. I never miss everything. I got every last piece. So you illegally rearranged the crime scene. Yes. I don't have any excuse for my actions. I'm so sorry, Lana. I didn't know. I've treated you so badly. It's not too late. There's still plenty of time to make up after we've gotten to the bottom of this. More contradictions have surfaced. Your sister's really putting up a fight. She must really care about you. Still, she's not doing this the right way. There's one final possibility that might turn everything around. So the jar was already broken. It's a miracle that the thing hadn't broken earlier. It certainly looks as feeble as the defense's case. Jesus! You're an ace detective with enormous to detail. Do you really expect us to believe you didn't investigate what was written on the jar pieces? Normally I would have. Okay. So you didn't know your sister's name was written on the jar? No. If I had known, I would have gathered all the pieces and ground them to dust. Well, that helps my case. Lana, you do that for me? Alright. I knew I had to destroy the evidence before anyone came. Okay, this is rather shocking. Crap. Oh, I really gotta think about this one. Okay. So, I know that it wasn't her who wiped away the blood. I know it's not, but I don't know where to present that. Alright. I immediately noticed the blood traces. It was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out. That's okay. I wiped away the blood. That's wrong, but I already presented the cloth here and it didn't do anything. The fragments were so large, the fragment was large, so I'm sure I got them all. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered. I know it's right here, but how do we prove that? How do we prove that? Like, I know this isn't her. Or wait. Oh, we don't know that that's what... What did you wipe it away with? Hold on. What did you wipe this away with? I'm afraid this, I really thought you wouldn't have wiped away the blood. Wasn't enough time? Maybe the jar here? It's the jar everywhere, alright? When in doubt, just present the jar on everything. Miss Sky, I believe this jar concealed the truth even you were unaware of. What? We found the final piece of the jar in Chief Gant's safe. Oh yeah, that's right. In the Chief's safe? But how? I knew it, she really didn't know. There's something even more disturbing about that final piece. There was... still blood on it, so she did miss a piece. But the witness just testified that she gathered every last piece and wiped the blood off them. Yes, which leaves us with only one explanation. On the night Prosecutor Marshall was murdered, you were not the first one to show up at the scene. Chief Gant got there before you. Which makes sense if you think about it. But couldn't the defendant have simply missed a piece? I'm afraid that's unlikely. The pieces are too big for anyone to miss, let alone an ace detective. That may well be, but everyone makes mistakes. Even I once wasted an entire day looking for my dentures. They were in my mouth all along. Ha, can you believe that? Shut up. Have you forgotten, Your Honor? When this witness arrived at the scene, the jar was already broken. Oh, that. There's no way a name could have been written on a shattered jar. Another person discovered the scene prior to the witness. I hope you're not implying this person was Chief Gant. At the time, he was looking for Dark downstairs. Okay. The question is, if he did arrive there first, why did he hide that fact for 2 years? Well, Your Honor, can you answer us that? Or now you're on trial, bruh. No! What the hell, bruh? Dude, judge is guilty, man. Wait. I'm not the one on trial here. Yeah, right? What the fuck? Damon Gant arrived at the crime scene prior to the witness. He proceeded to break the jar and purposely hid one of the broken pieces. Question. What is this action called? Fabrication of evidence. Why would Chief Gant do that? In light of what happened afterwards, isn't it clear? What happened afterwards? Discovering the scene, Lana Skye believed her sister, Emma, killed the victim. Determined to help her sister, she sought Gant's aid. Lending her his aid, Gant helped her create evidence that incriminated Dark, sparing Emma. And therein lies the reason. The reason why Miss Skye became the Chief's puppet. Oh, ow, 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 ow. Ugh, no, I did it on my own. Please, sis, stop trying to protect the Chief. I can't watch you suffer anymore for my sake. No, you didn't. It wasn't you, Emma. You didn't kill anyone. I don't believe anything Mr. Wright says. Defense attorneys make up the most foul lies to defend their clients. Foul lies? I imagine that. Coming from my own client. I guess you do seem the type who likes to twist the truth. Bruh. Wait a minute. What if we're still smack dab in the middle of Gant's trap? Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Lana? Maybe right after all. Oh my god, is Emma innocent? Please. Please, please, please. So you do tell foul lies then, Mr. Wright? Only to the ladies. Miss Skye, please testify once more. But if evidence was fabricated behind your back, then Emma's accidental killing of Prosecutor Marshall might also be a lie. But I do remember knocking over Mr. Marshall. Miss Skye, if you will. I can't. There's nothing to be afraid of anymore. This cross-examination may not change a thing. However, there is a possibility that it will, if you tell the truth. But yeah, since now it's clearing her name, she's like, I bet I'll do it. I'll testify about what I really saw. Fuck yes. Alright, the witness may testify once more for the final time. Final testimony from Lana. Actual crime scene. Ooh, when I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled on that suit of armor's sword. Emma and Dark were lying unconscious on the floor nearby. When I saw what had happened, I thought she did it. That's why I erased all the evidence that linked her to the murder. I had Chief Gant help me remove the body from the sword and carry it. But if it all really was just a fabrication, Emma might be innocent. She might be, she might be, she might be. I hope she is, actually. Unbelievable! The body was impaled on the armor's sword? Dude, you were the only one who saw that. If you had proof... Actually, I do have proof. I gave it to Mr. Wright just this morning. What? To me? It's a picture I took at the crime scene as I encountered it. I thought it might be needed. But I don't remember receiving a picture like that. Lana must have known. See, Mr. Wright? She really does have faith in you. Red Mr. Wright, please present this picture. She gave it to you this morning. Check that evidence again. There must be a picture in it. It's the book. It's the book. Oh ho ho! Hey, there's a picture here. Oh my. This is the actual... That's the cloth. The cloth came from right there. The actual crime scene. No other detective saw the crime scene like this, because I contacted Criminal Affairs only after I'd rearranged everything. Mr. Wright! That piece cut out from the vest. Could it be the cloth he found inside Chief Gant's safe? Exactly. What's this? Oh, man. With her handprint on it. This is a handprint, isn't it? Yes, sir. That cloth. They did fingerprints on it. Hi. Okay, I know. Whoever's fingerprints those must be are the real murderer. What? But those fingerprints, they're yours, Emma. Why are your lips turning all purple, Mr. Wright? Anyway, let's get on with the cross-examination. So long as you tell the truth, we should be able to flush out the real murderer. Very well. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. Okay. Come now, Wedgie. This is the poorest excuse for a trial I've ever seen. Wow, I was not expecting that. Chief Gamp. What, now you want to make me out as the bad guy too? If so, I'd like to put in a word or two in my defense. I'm afraid it's too late for that. What? You already declined to testify. That means you forfeited your right to make statements of any sort. This must be that risk we were talking about earlier. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the sound of the noose tightening around your own neck. Jesus, Edgeworth. Oh my god, bro. Man's looks so intense. So what? You think I'm worried? Sorry to disappoint you, but I don't need to make any statements. What do you mean? The evidence will do all the talking for me. Even if I can't testify, I can still present evidence. Yes, that's true. Wait, you mean you still have some conclusive evidence? No, I don't. But someone does. Someone? So, what's your excuse, Raito? Talk about the cloth. Why haven't you been keeping quiet about it? You do have something to show us, right? Something that proves who knocked over Near Marshall, causing his death. Conclusive evidence that leaves no room for doubt. Is this true, Mr. Wright? Am I sure to be made out as a murderer? Mr. Wright, if you have any more evidence, present it now. And if you try to conceal anything, you'll be the one appearing before the Board of Inquiries. What do I do now? I mean, I shouldn't hide it, you know? Yes, Your Honor, I do have further evidence. All right, let's, those prints have got to be the Chief's. Let's see this conclusive evidence. The evidence that shows who actually murdered Prosecutor Marshall. Oh my god, there's a new alright, whatever. Like that. It's a piece of leather cloth. Yes, it's most likely cut from the victim's vest near his chest. What's this? There's a big handprint on it. Surely it must have been left on the cloth by whoever shoved the victim under the sword. What? Whose fingerprints are on this? I'm sure Raito has checked, haven't you? Well, whose are they? They're Miss Sky's. Miss Emma Sky's. What? They're mine? So I really did do it. See, I told you it was conclusive. But this was found in your safe. That means it's possible you forged it. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember any cloth in my safe. Do you really expect me to believe that? Oh, I just punched my mouse. Holy crap. Give it up, Mr. Wright. It's over. You shouldn't have presented that. By presenting that evidence, you tied Emma Sky to Neil Marshall's death. No. Uh-oh. It appears we have our killer. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Oh, I did the wrong thing, huh? I have to go through all of that again. Oh my god, you're joking. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? Well, I have to... Are you... That... That is infuriating. Yup. Okay. I just gotta get back to the point I was at. Oh, man. That really sucks, huh? Well, let's go. Yeah. Wow, that's the first guilty I've gotten in this game, actually. That's insane. Right at the very end, too. Are you kidding me? That is insane. Hold it. Yep. Move the body. Yep, okay. I'm so sad. I'm so sad that I got that wrong. Like, oh my gosh. Objection. Yep. Oh my gosh. I got it. Man, there's no like... Are you kidding me? That's crazy. I should have saved beforehand. I really should have. Come on. Come on, man. Okay, yep, I already know what to present. Yep, yes sir. I've never clicked my mouse so fast in my life. Make sure I got them all. That's not true. Right there. Oh, man. Dude, freaking serves me right for only saving when the game asked. Serves me freaking right. Yep. We love dialogue. Me and the boys love dialogue. The judge is not on trial. Are you kidding me? This guy is kind of an idiot, huh? Alright. Yep. Snap it off. Fabrication of evidence. Man, I'm gonna have to cut all this out the video, huh? That sucks. Foul lies. Dude. Okay. What if? Gant's trap. Yup. It was freaking Gant. Buddy boy. You see, this is just making me hate Gant even more, because he is the cause of my first game over. I can't believe it. Okay. Unbelievable. Alright. Right here. Bada bing. Bada boopity. Photo, baby. Hey, there's a picture here. Whoa, that's absolutely crazy. Wow. Wow. Oh, experiencing everything for the first time. Definitely didn't get a game over before. Okay, they're yours. And then it was actually cool to have him hold it in the middle of this. Like, I thought that was cool. Right? I thought that was fun. I thought it was a good little thing. The sports trial, yada 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 yada. Yeah, shut up, Damon. I'm gonna get you convicted, boy. Just like the Flash. We love it. Oh boy, here we go. I just didn't think he would let me get away with that, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. I shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't have done it. Cannot. We cannot. I don't have any evidence I can present at this time. What? You lie! Chief Gant, you opened my safe. I know you took what was inside. The conclusive evidence! I don't know what you're talking about. Mr. Wright, why don't you show them? We found it together. Oh, I see. It's because you know the truth, don't you? You know whose fingerprints are on it. That's why you won't present it. What are you talking about, Chief Gant? Can't you figure it out? Take a good look at this picture. See the victim's vest? Notice anything odd about the chest area? It looks like part of it's been cut out for some reason. You mean you had this in your safe? What? That means you, the chief of police, have been concealing evidence. This is going to be the biggest scandal in the history of the police department. Impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you had the gall, righto. Well, I can't just let you pin me up as the murderer. I'll tell you what really happened. What? You mean you admit to it? I was the first person to arrive at the crime scene that day. It then occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana. So you really were manipulating her. I knew Lana. If I made it to look like the blame lay with her sister, that when she saw the scene, she would ask me for my aid. So you assisted Miss Skye. I told her to arrange all the evidence. I had her plant the knife tip in the victim's body and move the body across the room. And I ended up using that evidence to get Joe Dart convicted. When I tampered with the crime scene, I hid 2 pieces of evidence. This was before Lana arrived at the scene, mind you. 2 pieces of evidence. You mean those items in your safe? But why? For insurance. Of course, insurance. I was sure my plan would work, but it's always best to be prepared for the worst. I wasn't about to let anyone blame me for a murder that a girl committed. You mean you were calculating that far ahead while forging evidence? What do you take me for, a fool? I didn't make police chief by dumb luck. See this jar fragment? I hid the most legible part of Emma's name. That's true. I didn't expect Lana to go and wipe the blood off all the pieces. But if you fabricated all the evidence, what's to say you didn't fabricate the message on this jar too? Ho ho ho. Some people just don't know when to quit, do they? That's why I kept one more item for insurance. You mean that piece of cloth? Come on, righto, cough it up already. I know you have it. What are you waiting for, Mr. Wright? So you admit to it, Chief Gant, that you were hiding the cloth, you cut off the victim's vest in your safe? Yes, I admit it. I didn't want to have to do that, being chief and all. But it's a lot better than being portrayed as a murderer. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say for yourself? Just a moment ago, you said you didn't have any evidence you could present. Foolish move, righto. You should have shown it then before it was too late. It's been a long battle. But the moment of truth finally arrived. As long as I don't mess this up, victory is mine. I learned my lesson, chat. Let's do it. I don't know why we're gonna do it. Your Honor, I do have evidence to present now. Alright then, let's see this conclusive evidence. Who actually murdered Joe Marshall? Do we show the cloth, I guess? Sure. Why not? Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut this piece out of the victim's vest? Oh yes! At last, you finally brought it out into the open. There's a handprint on this piece of cloth. Your Honor, the prosecution requests that immediately be sent to the lab for analysis. This handprint on the leather, there must have been a strong impact for it to be left so clearly. You mean, it could not have been forged. It must be authentic, conclusive evidence. Ho ho ho. You're as slow on the uptake as ever, Worthy. What? Think about it. Righto had all this time to present this evidence. Yet he was reluctant to do so. Why would that be? You mean you already know? You know whose fingerprints are on that? Mr. Wright, do you really know? Whoever the fingerprints belong to must be the real murderer. Whose fingerprints are they? Very well, I'll tell you. It should be okay now. Everything's proceeding as predicted. The person whose fingerprints is Emma. Emma? Emma Skye? What? They're mine? I'm sorry, Emma. Why? Why didn't you tell me? Oh ho ho! You're really something, righto. You knew this girl did it all along, and you still tried to pin the murder on me. So it's true. Tragic but true. This girl really did shove Prosecutor Marshall to his death. Hold it? How could you? You monster! Miss Sky, you knew whose fingerprints those were all along, yet you acted like she really didn't. Miss Sky, it's not over yet. What? I said this trial isn't over yet. Huh, but I'm afraid it is over, boy. Not only this trial, but your career too. You purposely concealed this conclusive evidence. That, my friend, is a serious offense. I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the defendant is convicted. I'll have your badge, boy. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Aren't you going to tell us how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer? Before I do that, there's just one little thing I have to clear up. Oh, and what's that? Who really killed Prosecutor Neil Marshall? What? Chief Gant, you are absolutely right. This piece of cloth proves the real murderer is. Who killed Neil Marshall, you ask? It was Emma Sky, wasn't it? I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction. What? A contradiction? What is this fool babbling about? I'm talking about a contradiction, one that proves who the real killer is. Mr. Wright, this piece of cloth, what could it possibly contradict? Chief Gant, your tyrannical reign ends here. Behold, the piece of evidence that contradicts this cloth. What? Oh my god, the blood stain. It's under the... The blood stain is where the thing was ripped. Oh my god, this is the picture Miss Sky took. Take a good look at it. Look at the... Oh my god. See where the piece of his vest was cut out? Yes. His shirt is showing underneath. It's hard to make out with all the blood on his vest, though. Exactly my point. His chest is soaked with blood. That's only natural. His lungs, no doubt, were punctured. Blood poured out of his mouth. Oh, but that piece of cloth... Wait. There's no blood on it. Urgh! Since Emma Sky's fingerprints are on this cloth, there's no doubt that she shoved the prosecutor aside. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled on the sword at that time. No, this is nonsense! Now then, Chief Gant, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside. He would most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out. If so, then tell me, who could it have been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Lana Sky, picked up the unconscious prosecutor, and impaled him on the armorer's sword? Then, to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death, said person proceeded to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood. A jar that they then broke on purpose to leave behind a clue. And make Lana believe her sister did it. Oh my god. Remember what you admitted only moments ago? That you personally cut out this bloodless piece of the victim's vest? Ironic, isn't it? Through the very act of creating insurance, you've proved that you were the actual murderer. Oh, buddy. It's finally all over. Dang, he really just sunk his own ship. Uh-oh. Oh my god. We got him. It's over. Oh, ho, ho, that was close, Righto. You almost had me. Sorry, but you'll have to do better than that. I refute your allegations. What do you mean you refute his allegations? You see, that piece of cloth is illegal evidence. Order, order. What nonsense is this? Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect. Remember, Aji? Earlier, old Raito Hiro concealed that piece of cloth. So, yeah. Well, that's true. The defense did refuse to present evidence. At that moment, that piece of cloth ceased to be legal evidence. But that's not fair. Ho, 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 ho. Did you actually think you could best me in court? It looks like the last laugh's on you, son. Dude, we literally just proved he's the killer. Who cares? I'm afraid Mr. Gant's claim is legally correct. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, true. Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a person, assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal. Well, right? It seems at last, the time for me to reveal my plan has finally arrived. Mr. Wright, do you admit to it that you purposely and illegally concealed this piece of cloth? I didn't. I don't think I did. I don't think I did that. Yeah, no, why would I say... Okay. I admit. I refused to open it present it at one point. Aha! So the evidence is illegal. No. No, it isn't, Mr. Gant. Huh? It's not that I didn't present evidence then. It's that I couldn't. What do you mean you couldn't? There are certain procedures involved when presenting evidence. No, Udgy. Don't listen to his lies. He's nothing but a coward you can't really believe. There is only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence legal or not? Very well. Let us settle this once and for all. Earlier you refused to present evidence. If you can prove your... It's got to be evidence law. That's the only thing we have that would be lawful. This is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law. What's this? I've done my homework too, Chief. Indeed, Emma Sky's fingerprints were on this piece of cloth. I'm gonna shut my door. I'm gonna shut my door. However, at that point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth, nothing more. What? You see, it's written right here in this book. The second rule of evidence law. Rule number 1: no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. I found this piece of evidence myself inside your safe. It goes without saying I did not have approval from the police department. Rule 2: unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And here is the crux of the matter. You see, at the time it was impossible for me to prove the relevance between the cloth and the SL9 incident. What kind of nonsense is this? You want relevancy? Just take one look at this picture and... Sorry, but can you recall when that picture was presented? That was shown only a few moments ago. No! He's right. At the beginning of today's trial, that piece of cloth was still meaningless. The person who gave it value as evidence was you, Damon Gant. You yourself confessed to a certain truth. Let me verify. On the day of the crime? Yeah. No! It was then that you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence. Yes, you, the chief of police, personally approved this cloth. The only person who could have cut this from the victim's vest is the one who stood before Prosecutor Marshall in his final moments. In other words, the real murderer, and there's only one person who knew that could be. Damon Gant. The killer was you! Oh my god. Wow. What a show. I knew I should have gotten rid of him. That good-for-nothing scum. For 2 years he's been snooping around the department trying to get something on me. Crimes are being committed every day, yet he insisted on hounding me. Well, your crime wasn't exactly petty. He wanted to reinvestigate the case. He recruited Angel Starr, then convinced Bruce Goodman. Detective Goodman? Yeah, that's right. If the evidence is transferred, I'll lose my only chance to find out the truth. Please, you've got to help me. Good man, what a good man. Goodman turned him down, as he ought to. Still, Jake Marshall didn't know when to quit. He stole Goodman's ID card and tried to take the evidence. Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost item report. Yeah, I went with him to the evidence room. And then all of a sudden he decided to speak out. What are you talking about, Goodman? Can you please reopen the investigation, Chief? We can't transfer the evidence out. There are too many questions left unanswered. He opened his evidence locker, and as he was taking the evidence out, he said, "It's not too late. I'm going to hand all this over to Marshall." Well, to be honest, I was a bit taken aback by his words. I had a bad feeling when he came to see me, but I never thought he'd bring up SL9. That's when I saw it, that accursed knife. You stabbed him with it. Wow. I couldn't just pull it out. Doing so would have only led to more blood, making it near impossible to hide your crime. Even so, the blood was just pouring out. I didn't know who might stumble in, so I hurried to wipe it up. I was worrying so much about the floor, I didn't realize my fatal mistake. The bloody handprints on Detective Gumshoe's locker. I used to be known as the crime computer. But everyone has to start somewhere, I guess. I was too nervous. I had no business doing any of it. Then you put the body in my car. I'm sorry, I couldn't think of any other way to move the body. I broke your trunk, but what's the big deal? You make a lot more than us detectives ever will. Leaving the prosecution's car aside, how? How could you get Miss Sky involved in all this? Well, she had as much to lose as I did if the truth came out. So you took the evidence from Detective Goodman's locker. I felt bad for having to do it. I also didn't have the time to pick and choose what to take. So, you left the jar fragments in the glove. Yeah. Looks like I was better off being an investigator of crimes than a committer. Damn, bruh. They all did their best to get in my way. I've got to hand it to them. They do their jobs well, much to my dismay. Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well upon close examination. You must have known that. Tell me, Worthy, why do you stand in court? Me? You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me were the same. I am a criminal, though. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it alone. Damn, bro. Nice. Well, we got him to confess. Well, looks like it's time to say goodbye. Oh, Udgy. What? Looks like we'll have to cancel that lunch date. Sorry, old friend. I'll come see you in prison. I'm sorry too, Damon Gans. I knew you as you used to be long ago. You were once a fine investigator and an example to others on the force. I'm sorry to learn that you are no longer that person. Those days are gone now, Udgy. Thanks for all the memories, though. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Now you have Raito here. And Worthy. With these two around, you can't go wrong. In fact, I can hear them already. The melodious sounds of a new beginning. Hey, what's up? There are two things I want you to understand. Yes. First, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, Damon Gant betrayed you from the beginning. You see, Miss Sky, you no longer have any reason to keep silent. You're right. When this trial is over, I'll tell everything. After that I've done these past 2 years. All that I've done. From the time I had Gant help me forge everything up till today. So, seems all the questions raised in this trial have been answered. I'm sorry, Miss Sky, I couldn't get you out of all of your trouble. My. Oh, Pogs for Penny.
Pogs for Penny.
Poggers.
Pogs for Penny. Penny did it. She got her innocent of murder. It was all Penelope.
Great.
She bribed the judge.
What high standards you have for a rookie. I can see why Mia thought so highly of you. Who knows? A few years from now, you might just make it to the top. Aww, that's great. A smile. Finally! I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. Miss Sky. And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. Believe me, I know how much of an ordeal it's been for you. It was nothing. Liar. I was worried the pressure might break you, and yet, you rose above it all and guided Mr. Wright to victory. You've done well, Mr. Edgeworth. Stop it. I only did my job. He's like blushing. Hey, Penny. In light of this case, it seems a good self-examining is in order for all of us. Miss Sky. Yes, Your Honor. You are innocent of murder. Oh, although the chief blackmailed you, the fact is you still acted as his accomplice. A trial will be rescheduled for these crimes at a later date. Yes, I understand, Your Honor. Is there something amusing about all this? Why are you smiling? It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I felt free of these heavy chains. That's nice. That's very nice. Well, this trial has gone on far too long already. I'd say so. Regarding the charge of murder, this court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. That's a much better change than when I got like 10 minutes ago. That is all. This court is adjourned. Holy cow. At long last, it's finally over. Oh, Emma? Why the long face? I'm sorry your sister didn't get completely off the hook, but at least she wasn't convicted for a murder she didn't commit. No, that's not it. Just now, after the trial ended... Mia Fey. Did she say Faye? I don't even know. Oh, she didn't thank Emma. Dang, she didn't even thank Emma. You know, I did my best too, but Lana didn't say a single word to me. Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Yo, guess I am. I'll come back later. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? This whole song and dance. You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Making a detective run all around while on duty. And to top it off, you even call me here. I've seen half... Oh my god. I'm only kidding. Oh, are you here again because of my sister? Nope. Not this time. I came today because of you, pal. Me? That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone. Okay. Lana, should you be doing this? She's still under arrest, you know. Well, I won't tell if you won't. Aren't you, like, not a detective anymore? Whatever. Emma, I owe you an apology. It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it. That day, 2 years ago, was the first time in my life I ever panicked. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. All I could think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in that mess. Penny's under my bed. Sis, I asked Aunt to help me cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it for your sake, but now I realize I was wrong. I changed after that day. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through these past 2 years. I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself, but I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I have... Oh my god. Don't listen to that, punk. I do despise criminals. I plan to dedicate my entire life to finding them. Just making sure something real quick. Okay. To fighting them. But in order to fight crime on my own, I need a weapon. It's scary, but I've known that to be true for quite some time now. But Edgeworth, who knows? Given enough time, I might have tried to pull something like Chief Gant did. That thought terrifies me. That's why I can't continue on as a prosecutor. Damn. Why did he do that? Why did he shut off the damn internet? Fuck, dude. I literally hate... Oh my god. Well... Edgeworth, don't you understand? Damon Gant, your mentor. Manfred von Karma. Oh my god. I'll be right back. I will be right back. Move it. I apologize. I apologize. They both made the same mistake. The stream went out for a while, but we're back. You said in order to fight a crime on my own, I need a weapon. That may be true, but think back to today's trial. You weren't alone. We were working together with Mr. Wright. Because of that partnership, we were able to present evidence that otherwise would have gone undiscovered. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Huh? What? Oh, what is a pop quiz? Evidence. Something that neither... Oh, we worked together on the list. Yes, I remember. Take that. That's the picture I drew. Our counterattack began with this. You had one half of the evidence list, and I had the other. Apart, we wouldn't have been able to completely restore Emma's picture. That didn't happen just by chance, Mr. Edgeworth. It's time for me to go. Mr. Edgeworth. If you'll excuse me, there are still some loose ends that need wrapping up. Take care, Chief Prosecutor. Farewell, Edgeworth. Edgy boy. Edgeworth, what will you do now? Well, whatever you do, just remember, you can let what happened kill the prosecutor in you, or you can help it, let it grow. Whatever. In the end, it's up to you. I know. It seems I owe you my thanks too, right? But what I face now is my problem. Edgeworth, I'll be waiting for you in court. Farewell. We ship it, boys. I better be going to. Okay. But I'll be by to visit soon. Seems we both have a lot to learn and a lot catching up to do. Here, this is a little something for you. Scientific investigation. It's the first book I ever bought. Study it well. Thanks, sis. I will. It looks like a kid's book. But cool beans. And so another case came to a close. As for the sisters, I have faith. I have faith too. Faith that their lives have only just begun. Amen. Amen, amen, amen. And as for me, I think it's time I started a new journey of my own. Oh god, a journey to rediscover myself. Hey Mia, hey Maya. Hey Edgeworth. Most important one, clearly. Well, don't go checking off just yet, pal. Oh, what is it, detective? There's just a little matter there to be resolved by the chief prosecutor. See, she isn't supposed to be out of jail like this, but I thought you said it was okay. Yeah, well, maybe okay with me, but the folks at the prison are a different story. Huh? Basically, I had to bribe a guard in order to sneak her out for 30 minutes. Believe me, it wasn't cheap either. Huh? Way to go, detective. I didn't know you had a wild side. Yeah, well, you say Mr. Wright's here, the one who will be footing the bill. Huh? Huh? What, you think I could afford it with my salary? You gotta be kidding me, pal. Huh? 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 Thank you, Mr. Wright. You're the best. Why is it I suddenly feel like I wanted to scream? Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we all go pay it off together? Yeah, that's a great idea. Come on, guys, let's go. Objection. That's great. Amen. I'm gonna skip this if I can. Please let me skip this. Please let me skip this. Please. You're take. Okay, cool. I hope she'll be pleased. Yeah, whatever. Coroner. Cool. Amen. That's great. I kind of want to end the stream now. It's been 3 hours. And my family's really pissed at me, so I kind of need to end the stream right now, Lana. That'd be cool. Okay. I'm going to do the stream ending soon thing while this is happening. So, thank you everybody for tuning in. I'll see everyone hopefully tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you all have a great day.